KDB right centre mid, Foden 9.
Oh, good, because
Grealish left, Sterling right, Bernardo Silva left centre mid. Bernardo Silva has been a lot worse at left centre mid in terms of numbers, but then, who knows really? He's also just on fire.
Oh, I think we're live as we're discussing.
Hey.
Hello, everyone. Apologies for the delay. We are watching Norwich, Aston Villa, but more importantly, Man City Leeds. I'm joined by Seb. How are you doing, Seb? And what were your transfers in this week?
Hey, mate, I'm okay, thank you. And I say okay because we'll see how it goes, I guess. What did I do this week? So I took a -8. Should we play a guessing game? So I'll give you my team before the transfers and see if you can guess what I did. I took a -8. I had De Gea in goal, Trent at the back with Cancelo and James, Salah, Foden, Gundogan, Bowen, King, Antonio, Ronaldo. And then the bench is unimportant. I haven't made any bench changes.
You sold Ronaldo, definitely, for Watkins.
Yep.
With your extra money, did you bring in another Man City midfielder? Did you bring in Sterling?
Well, I've got Foden, Gundogan, and Cancelo. So I had to remove one of them.
Okay,
if I wanted Sterling.
I reckon you sold Gundo because you knew he wouldn't start.
I did sell Gundo, but who for?
KDB.
No, but I was so tempted.
Come on, who'd you go for then?
I brought Jota in, of course.
Oh, Jota, of course. You didn't have Jota. He was a must.
Yeah. I mean, realistically, I think I talked to you about the wildcard, didn't I? It was one of those. Yeah. On the wildcard, I was like, do I go Jota, Antonio? In terms of team structure, obviously things conspired, and I was like, I'll just go back to Jota. Rafinha's in down the right-hand side here. It's gone up for a corner, I think. And then, my final transfer, I made a goalkeeper transfer. The most exciting of FPL things.
You sold De Gea?
I did. I did De Gea to Ederson.
Ederson, not interested in save points. You just want the cleanos.
Oh, it's for the penalties.
And maybe the penalties. Okay, I like that. Ederson will be a nice little differential for you. Like, no one's got Ederson.
It was kind of like, it was basically just thinking, I like this triple City. And I really, really like the idea of the double midfield. Mm-hmm. Obviously, I wildcarded with a plan, and then that plan has changed quite significantly.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, look, I want to lose Gundogan and I want Jota. The only way I can do that is by upgrading Gundogan to Jota, unless I do Gilmore. But then I was like, well, I'm changing a playing player for a playing player, which seems silly in this week.
Yeah.
And it would also block getting Ronaldo back if I wanted.
Yeah.
So I figured, it's not, I could definitely not come off. I'm fair enough. But but De Bruyne nearly played Grealish in there. Grealish, who appears to be playing off the left, Foden up front, Mahrez right, and then KDB right centre mid.
Is Bernardo it a back three or a back four? Is John Stones playing right back?
John Stones is, as they line up now, John Stones is definitely right back, and it looks like a back four. But you could very much see it doing that, Zinchenko doing the Cancelo thing, coming in from the left, because Bernardo can go wide, can't he, with Grealish coming in, and then Stones can tuck in.
We are definitely seeing Zinchenko at left back though, because I put him on my graphic in a three-man midfield, and De Bruyne right of a three, and I went for a back three, but actually it is John Stones right back, so I'm going to change that.
That's definitely a four. Yeah, that's definitely a four. And Leeds are obviously it's that 4-1-4-1, but what we've been doing recently is Rafinha's come from the right to sort of join James up front a bit. We've had Shaq and Harrison tuck in, almost for kind of a 4-3-1-2.
Yeah.
But you know how it is with Leeds. It's one of those, you put it on paper and then it just changes throughout the match.
Yeah. What do you rate to Dan James playing number 9 in this fixture? I mean, his pace could cause problems. No Kyle Walker at the back for City, but they managed with Traore the other day without Kyle Walker.
Yeah. I mean, he's not really a 9, and he's almost not playing 9 like he is. He's doing that slot, but he doesn't really play it, say, like Bamford would or anything. The hold-up play isn't there.
Yeah.
It's not specific for just City, although it could work because we've seen pace work against them before. But I think it's needs must. It's a shame we're not seeing Joffrey, but we know that Bielsa takes a very long time to integrate this players.
True. And is that another reason why we're not seeing the young 18-year-old Gelhardt starting? Because he's done well when he's come on, but we saw even when Rafinha moved to Leeds, it took him forever to bed Rafinha in. I think he wasn't starting until, game week 7, 8, 9 last season.
I think he started in game week 5.
Oh, did he start that
Bought
early?
him in, say, game week 2, something like that. So it took a couple. But obviously, big difference between, senior Rafinha, a lot of money, and Joffrey. Admittedly, I think most Leeds fans, myself included, are like, I think he's ready, especially while Bamford's out, especially while Rodrigo clearly isn't favoured for the 9. But I kind of trust Bielsa. I can disagree with Bielsa, but also go, you know what? You're right more than you're wrong, so fair enough.
Yeah.
I think it's just taken a bit of time. We've seen with Strauch, Man City might be in here. Foden's got it. De Bruyne is through. He should probably score. De Bruyne squared it to Bernardo Silva, who probably has like a XG of 0.3 on that shot, and he's missed it.
Oh, Bernardo, what are you doing?
It's all right though, because he's in form, right?
Oh, I'm so happy with that. I'm so happy with that.
De Bruyne should have shot. Watch the replay here.
He definitely should have shot. Is that a first?
He squared it.
Back thing, or is that just an unselfish De Bruyne? Is that Llorente?
I think it's De Bruyne. De Bruyne sees the passes, right? But yeah, Bernardo really should have scored that. It was on his right foot.
He just has to roll it past the post. He doesn't.
It's an open net. Like that genuinely is going to be like a 0.3 or high, you'd think.
That's going to be sky high.
He's doing his best to fix his numbers. Bless him.
Yeah, finally.
I forget who it was. Was it Ted might have pointed out that actually in the last 3 or 4, Bernardo's numbers have been pretty decent. Obviously, 3 or 4 is no sample size at all, but nice to see that if he is going to keep up this scoring, he'll start having numbers to back it up, perhaps.
Yeah. Are we thinking that miss is fair? Because what happened at the weekend was Bernardo Silva got an assist for a handball that was never a handball for that. Yeah, you shouldn't be getting assists
Rodri's
for that.
in. I think Foden has scored.
Come on!
Watch the replay on this. It's bad.
Oh,
so
wow.
Melia comes out and makes a good save until he doesn't. He should pick it up. And he just squirms out of his arms or something. And then I don't know how.
The attempted clearance on the line though, like Foden does not hit that. No. Foden doesn't hit it that clean. There's 2 on the line. Foden's got a lot of work to do to beat 2 on the line, and he sort of scuffs it, but bounces in, doesn't it?
It's almost like that's what the old like. Oh, it's almost like he hit it too clean. It's like the opposite of that. If he'd struck it well, I wonder if someone actually does. Oh no, Dallas is just terrible. That goes straight at Dallas. Dallas, that's just a disaster.
It's weird to see Rodri bursting through and Ayling doesn't put much of a tackle up. This reminds me
Dallas
of
Dallas
United.
has tried to lace it. Watch the replay. Dallas has tried to lace it and he's messed it up. If he just stops, it hits him and doesn't go in. Just get your body behind
it. Just get anything behind it. He's tried to hit the halfway line. It's like he's trying to play. He's trying to play Dan James in on the counter.
He legit had time to control that. I'm not saying he should have controlled it. Right, it's clearance off the line, but
it's poor.
That was just terrible from start to finish. We lost it. Melia failed. Dallas basically scored an own goal.
From someone as safe as houses as Dallas has been in the last year and a half, Leeds have been in the Prem, he's just someone that you'd back to connect with that. But Ayling charging out and making the attempted tackle on Rodrigo and then not actually getting any contact. Take the yellow if you have to, Ayling.
I don't hate that because obviously that's how we play, and that's a bit of one of the. I mean, us giving it away in the first place is one of those. I think it's Brendan Rodgers who used to go on about that at Swansea, where it's like you notice the one time it goes wrong, but what about the 99 times it leads to us creating a chance?
Yeah.
So I don't hate. I mean, it's terrible when you see it. I don't hate it that much. It's the mistakes that then came from there. You can lose the ball, or your strategy can go wrong, but then you have to recover, and we have failed to do that. And Foden played De Bruyne, who played Bernardo through, Grealish was through. It's 10 minutes in and there's been 3 of those.
This reminds me of the game we watched on a Scoutcast match day of United Leeds, when I think it was at Ellen Road last season and United were 3-0 up after. Did Scott McTominay get 2 goals? Yeah. And it was the same, just cutting through the defence in the first 5-10 minutes. And we saw Llorente, for that goal, play the ball out again twice, and he played the ball out for the Bernardo Silva miss and missed his lines. Same again.
Yeah, I mean, you can analyse it to death, but realistically, City are considerably better than us as a team and individually.
Yeah.
And as we know, as we've discussed before, the way we play, it really does open us up to quality individuals being able to take advantage of us. Not that that's really what happened for that goal. That was just a bad goal.
I've stuck with Foden, Seb, through his injury. I didn't sell him when everyone else sold him. I'm very big on the whole. If Foden is Pep's number 1, he should be our number 1. Like, he's just a gift.
That's fair.
But
I did Foden to Jota and then obviously reversed it on the wild card. So
fair.
But I knew a wild card was coming. So
yeah. So on a wild card, you were happy to go without Diogo Jota because I guess we all knew he was very unlikely to start, wasn't he? But you knew it was probably a transfer waiting to happen, and you were happy with that.
So this is before we knew that the world was ending. I mean, obviously, I make light. Obviously, it's a serious situation, but from an FPL point of view, it is fairly crazy. So before we knew there were too many cancellations, we knew there could be possibilities, which is why I actually have a playing bench. You know me, I normally go for the cheapest possible bench. I in theory, King is one of my bench players.
Yeah.
So like, I did actually put money on a bench for once. So I did plan for it a little bit. But then when it came to the first 11, I was like, you know what? I just need to make the best moves I can make with the information I've got.
Yeah.
And so Jota, we knew he hadn't trained all week. For the structure I wanted, it was basically him, Foden, or Antonio. Well, like two of him, Foden, and Antonio. Mm-hmm. So because I knew Antonio was playing, because De Bruyne's very wide. Because I knew Antonio was playing and had great fixtures, I kept him. And then it was between Foden and Jota, and I thought Foden had the better chance in this midweek and the previous weekend. So went with that, knowing I could get Jota for Gundogan, or maybe, downgrading a striker. So I've effectively done that. I've just brought it all forwards. And then also brought in Ederson for De Gea, because as I was kind of explaining a minute ago, restructured the team a little bit going forward, and very happy to have that as my triple Man City midfield, because now I have Jota.
Given the choice of Ederson and De Gea, who would you go for? If there was a... Oh, hang on.
Oh, since you've scored again.
Corner comes in. Corner comes in from...
scored.
Oh, wow. Corner comes in. Back out to Mahrez. Mahrez with the ball in. Grealish header from Amara. I've not seen Grealish score a goal like that. Grealish header, Mahrez assist.
Yeah. I mean, it was almost... I was going to say too easy. That's a very lazy punditry, but it really felt it. Like, I think...
They were queuing up.
Need to see a replay. We rushed out, and then I think just got caught on the in-swinging cross.
Oh, mate, this is not a good start for Leeds fans.
So good clearance to start with there. Comes out to Bernardo. It's all onside. Oh, it's just Ayling. I think we've tried to hold a line that Ayling hasn't been a part of. And so once it's missed him...
It is Ayling.
Or not missed him, sorry. Grealish is ahead of him. But yeah, it looks like we've just been played on, and therefore is a free header.
Talk about dog legs. Like, dog leg defending. Ayling is way off that line. Who goes for the header? It's Laporte and Grealish go for the same ball. And if Grealish doesn't make contact... Oh, no, actually goes out. He does go over Laporte. But yeah, it's queuing up.
Oh, why are we doing this again, Gianni?
I love getting you on for the Leeds games, but I'm
we
sure
do seem
every
to do the
time
big
we
ones,
do them, we see Leeds lose.
Yeah, well, it's when we play big teams, it's good to do, and we lose to big teams. So
yeah, I tell you what, that's a lovely ball from Mahrez, isn't it? Pinpoint.
Oh, it was it's perfect. It's big down, lovely. But we've made it easy. I feel like that's what's happened so far. I mean, look, we're missing Calvin, we're missing Patrick Bamford. I know people go on about Diego Llorente improving our defense. It's not true. We got lucky. I don't really rate him that much. Like, he has a lot of qualities, but I'd probably play him and Struijk, I guess, as first choice. But, with Robin Koch maybe as an option.
I want to see more of Koch. It's just a shame we've not seen him.
You want to see more what, sorry, mate?
More of Robin Koch. We've just not seen him enough. Is there an appeal for a penalty here? Tyrone Mings goes down. This is Aston Villa Norwich I've got eyes on. Not given.
Not that Watkins would take it.
Well, I think he would, because El Ghazi and Ings aren't on the pitch. I actually think he would be on... Ashley Young could step up.
I mean, you'd rather have a corner.
True.
His conversion rate is something like 30%.
And it was dreadful before he was even at... it was dreadful even from the Championship.
It was poor in Brentford.
Yeah, Norwich 0 Villa 0. I think we have seen Danny Ings warming up, and I'm not sure who may have taken a knock for Norwich for Villa. Could have been Watkins. But Ings, has been warming up. I mean, it could be an Ashley Young or a Buendia and a slight shift in formation. But
anyway, I've spoken loads about my team and whatnot. What have you done? What are your plans?
I was on all day. I was thinking Watkins to Ronaldo to Watkins, and I've ended up going against your advice, Seb. Ronaldo to Lukaku, because I just fancy something different. I see Lukaku as a massive differential. They're both 9-10% owned, but Watkins 10% is 10% of people I'm playing against, right? It's the FPL community. Lukaku's 10% are casuals who I'm not really playing against. So I see Lukaku as a massive differential, especially in the community. And
but when Watkins gets 12 points and Lukaku gets 2.
Well, that's the other thing. I actually happen to think that Lukaku outscores Watkins this week. So
okay, so that makes a bit more, because when you text me, that makes a bit more sense. But I was kind of thinking you just gone for the old price bias.
Oh no!
I have a premium forward. I need to replace him with a premium forward.
No, not at all. I'd very happily have gone Watkins and left 6 million in the bank. Like that's never really a concern for me. What it was Watkins was the long-term pick, and Lukaku was a possible 1 week punt, because there's a fear with Lukaku playing Thursday, Sunday. He just plays Thursday and then is rested, doesn't play Sunday. He's been out injured. He played for Zenit, and then he against Zenit Wednesday, and then was rested at the weekend. So he's not ready to start 2 games in 4 days, I don't think. But Watkins is someone I looked at and thought, a good set of fixtures, mid-price, someone I can probably run with for 5-6 game weeks. Versus Lukaku, the guy I think will do better this game week. I actually don't think Norwich are that bad defensively. And when you look at their underlying numbers, they're really not. Grant Hanley is out injured
slightly,
today.
Haven't they?
They have.
Like,
they're not the whipping boys
they're still bad.
Are.
They're still bad, but they've improved slightly.
They've definitely improved under new management. And in terms, even if you look at the goals conceded, the simple stat of goals against, like they're not conceding 3-4 goals a game like they were under Farke. So I think did Spurs put 3 past them the week before last, but other than that, yes. I don't think they've conceded more than 2 under new management.
Oh, United were just bad though, weren't they? Like,
United were bad, and yeah.
I was just looking at the XG. It's FOTMob, so I don't know how accurate it is. FPRF is obviously better, but just looking at the XG on that Bernardo chance, 0.35.
Oh, you said it was a 0.3.
Yeah, I was even.
Seb,
even
I think that should be. I think that should be higher. Knowing a pen is 0.7. Look where that ball was, where he hits it. That's better than a penalty.
So I guess like 1 in 3 is still pretty good, considering we've just seen a player miss it. Clearly it gets missed sometimes. To be fair, it could be higher, it could be lower. Like, I don't know how good that model is. It's just the quickest to update. With no goalkeeper, maybe you're right, because Melier was like gone. If there was a goalkeeper there, I'd say it's not that high, because there was a defender closing him down. He did have to work a little bit to get it. Maybe the goalkeeper's not been taken into account. Not sure.
Yeah. City on the attack again here. We're like, they're just all over Leeds. Leeds can't get out the half. 18 minutes in, it's De Bruyne getting some action on the right hand side. Oh, I think we've had action.
Oh, really?
In the Aston Villa Norwich game.
Oh, okay.
Oh. I'll talk you through it. Looks like we've had some action in Norwich Aston Villa. Just as I'm saying, Norwich defensive numbers are looking better. Here we go. Villa on the attack. I've got it on the smallest screen. It's Watkins is through. Oh, wow. What a hit that is. It's Ramsey. Jacob Ramsey. And
no, really?
I think it's a Watkins assist.
Oh, I know.
What a hit that is. Late riser.
A fair few people got Ramsey just as their bench fodder. Nice. I want Gilmore because 0.1 cheaper, and I want those guaranteed 90 minutes over like a short-term form pick. Because anyone who picked him, legit great pick, but I wouldn't have been comfortable holding him for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
But hey, I feel, I say that like I'm going, therefore Gilmore was a better pick. That is clearly not correct.
Yes, I'm on Billy Gilmore.
It's fair. Also, Gilmore's on my bench today.
Mine too.
Bench Ramsey.
What a goal that is! Seb, it's one of those assists which is a 2-yard pass on the halfway line, and Ramsey runs it from the halfway. Yeah, Ramsey runs it from the halfway line. Defenders are backing off.
I'll take my Gianni assist.
Yeah, defenders just backing off, letting him carry the ball, and he progresses the ball so well. Does Ramsey gets to about 15, 12 yards out on the angle, rifles it left foot near post, top bins. Krul should possibly get a hand to it. But it might be one of those where I go, keeper should save that. And in real time, actually, no. Looks like Firpo might miss the next match, Seb. Did he pick up a booking?
I might have missed that. I was trying to look at your goal. But yeah, there's every chance. We've got a few, actually. Shaq, I think, as well. We've got a few on yellows. That's what we need. More defenders out. Nice. I think I've lost a clean sheet for Norwich, haven't I? I've got Williams, so much of a muchness. I've gained 3 points. I've lost 4.
Yeah, you expected to lose that clean sheet, though, right?
Oh yeah, Cancelo got suspended, didn't he? So I had to play my bench.
I'm surprised you played Williams over Gilmore. I would have gone Gilmore, I think.
3 at the back, mate. Didn't have a choice.
Got
Dallo, Williams, James, Cancelo, and Trent.
Yeah.
Which is fine until, matches got called off.
Yeah. I got stung by Spurs a couple of times. Spurs Burnley in the snow, that killed me a little bit. I had double Spurs and Brownhill I needed that week. And then I had the Spurs... And then I had Reguilon, my one good Spurs player, because Kane was flopping, decided to go off injured after 15 minutes against Norwich when he would have got points. And then the United guys. So, yeah, like you, I've been in the mud this week. But, I looked at your wildcard last week and thought, I'm so jealous. And now a week on, you look at it and go, even Seb's having to make surgery. So it's just one of those things.
I took a -8. Admittedly, this morning, it was kind of, do I do nothing? Or do I go and take a massive hit? So I think the team was okay despite that. I think I could have just played De Gea because I don't have a backup goalkeeper. And then had everyone else playing. So Ronaldo would have been benched and I would have been fine. But I kind of just took the opportunity to go, you know what? I wanted Diogo Jota, so I'll just restructure the team a little bit, go get Jota, take this opportunity while other people taking hits to take some myself. So certainly not ideal and certainly a little bit ridiculous having wondered about playing the wild card for a fair few weeks, deciding against that sort of Chelsea wing-back time and thinking, now is the moment. I certainly feel like now was not the moment.
Yeah, I'm looking at people now. There's a few that have still got a wild card, and I'm like, that is such a luxury.
Nice. Although the same thing could happen. Like, it's amazing, but they might end up using it to kind of fix a COVID team rather than trying to plan for the future. Not that that's helped me at all, of course, but it's not how they wanted to use it. You never want to use a wild card reactionary. Like sometimes you have to, but you want to use it as an attacking, plan for the future, build a structure team, not solve injury or absences or anything like that.
Yeah, exactly that. And if you know when you're using it and you can bookmark a few or dead end your team, even better. Yeah. I can't remember who it was. Someone I saw on Twitter earlier. Gameweek 19 they're looking at, and if by then we have doubles planned for 21, that could be really valuable.
Oh, that'd be really nice. Yeah, I think obviously they're just saying like it's probably not ideal for them either. But I think they're in a good position. They just have decisions to make.
Yeah.
For sure. I think speaking of like last week transfers before wildcard, I did Jimenez to Wilson. Nice. So I'll take those 9 points as part of the wildcard, because I wouldn't have done that otherwise, I think. Clutching at straws there.
Yeah. FPL Scope says Furpo's rubbish, Seb. I must admit, I haven't been impressed at all. But I haven't been that... I guess you've had just... He's been playing alongside very different centre-back combinations and even midfield combinations quite often this season. We're probably judging him too soon, say he's rubbish. But is it just going to take time to adapt to the league, or do you see a player there?
So, I don't think he's been as bad as a lot of people have thought he has for two reasons. Firstly, obviously, we always have that tendency to go binary with stuff like that. Someone's either good or bad. He's basically just been below average, 5 out of 10 or something.
Is he a downgrade on last season, though?
He's better than Alioski. He's not been as good attacking, but then the whole team hasn't. So I don't think you're judging them on the same conditions. Like Alioski wouldn't have still been great going forward in a team that is worse attacking than it was last year.
Yeah.
But also, I think sometimes, so Firpo's not been great. I do think he's been poor, but not that bad. Sometimes when you think it's his fault, it's not, and that goes for a lot of our team because of the man marking. You might see the opposition's right winger getting loads of space down the right wing and destroying whoever's there, and you think, it must be our left back. But actually, Firpo might be tasked with marking someone else, like say a centre mid who's coming wide, or a right back, or a striker. Whereas it should maybe be our left winger, Harrison, who is following that winger. Or if we're playing 3 at the back, it should be our left centre back. So, he has been poor, but I think sometimes it's not that straightforward. And I don't know if I've seen loads that makes me think, he's going to go and become like a flying left back who gets 5 assists for us this season and is solid, but he's fine. We've got bigger problems in the centre midfield.
Yeah, and speaking of which, I see. Corner comes in from McGinn. Corner comes in from McGinn with his left foot swinger. Left foot. He's not got the left foot swinger. Left foot swinging corner, and it's going top corner. It's going in. It might come off the bar, or Tim Krul might get a touch. Here we go. I'm going to see a replay. Definitely going in direct. Krul gets fingertips to it and tips it out for another corner. That would have been a goal from direct corner from McGinn. What a wonder of a left foot he's got.
That'd be nice.
Foden,
have you got Man City Leeds up as well?
Yes, I have. I thought Foden just win a corner. I think I'm delayed on you. What's your time check on City?
25, 40, 41, 42.
Yeah, I'm about 9 seconds behind you.
Fair. I was going to say so far, obviously hot debate recently in FPL, the whole Bernardo, Gundogan, King, Dennis, etc. So far, what have you made of, I don't really mean in terms of XG versus, expected grass, whatever, but just in terms of the tactical positional play from City, with De Bruyne back in at right centre mid, with Bernardo left centre mid, other than the chance Bernardo had, I would say Bernardo is deeper and wider because we're seeing Foden and Grealish coming central and De Bruyne really taking, the role that we know he takes, which is the right-hand side of the pitch is his. And right now at the goal kick, he is stood up with Foden, whereas that's exactly where Bernardo was last week. So I wonder if this is continuing going forward, we see Bernardo's role change a little bit again.
Yeah, 100% with you. Like we're seeing Bernardo play in exactly the same position we saw Gundo play last weekend, which is that also slightly deeper. Yeah, exactly. Just before he got hooked. Bernardo's favourite position or his best position, if we go off this season, is in the KDB role, to the right of the three. I've no doubt about that. And if we look back to when Bernardo Silva first came to Man City, he was right side of a front three, or right side, or even before that, he was a right of a midfield four. He naturally does better on the right-hand side. So, yeah, the fact that KDB is more advanced than him, as well as on the right side of the pitch, we definitely could see that affect Bernardo. I personally was never sold on Bernardo.
De Bruyne just goes to the top corner.
Yeah,
Melia makes the save. Sorry to interrupt, Gianni. Melia makes the save. Would have been a Foden assist, but he only laid it off to him. As you were talking, it was interesting to observe the interplay between Foden, De Bruyne, and Bernardo there.
Yeah.
Bernardo is very much, as we know, doing the role that Gundogan does, as you said, which is the role David Silva used to do.
Yeah.
Which is get loads and loads of touches in that little, left centre mid slot, but not necessarily be the one that maybe breaks into the box or what have you. So, lots of the match for this to develop, and we know Bernardo's a wonderful player, but interesting to see how it shifts and interesting to keep an eye on lineups in the future.
Yeah. Even now, like Leeds passing out the back and KDB is stood in that 9 channel as he just will tend to drift in. And Bernardo is next to Rodri, Guys, the graphics will change. I'm hoping the scores will change. I've just messaged our graphics person to do that. I don't think I can manually override it, although you guys know I'm useless at graphics. But thank you, Nuclear, for pointing that out. And yeah, I've also noticed that Seb's eyes are also above the graphics as well as in his box. They're like doubled, and you might be able to see Seb's eyebrows and eyes at the very top of the screen. I've had a mare with cropping the pictures, so we'll just make it work.
Amazing. What happens if I do this?
Yeah, you're like doubled.
Like say weird chin up there.
Yeah, probably.
Amazing. Just on what we were talking about again, just watching that and thinking back to the Man United match that you mentioned, the one thing that does us often is runners from deep.
Yeah.
So just because we think Bernardo's a little bit deeper, that doesn't mean that the entirety of Man City's midfield, which includes Rodri twice so far, isn't going to get into our box. Ooh, are we checking a handball here?
Ooh.
I don't think it would be a penalty. I think it would have been outside the area, but we're checking for a handball against Man City, that is.
No, that's in the area if it's given.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, it's.
Oh, it's not. It's not been given. I don't think.
It was on the line. It was literally on the line. But yeah,
I didn't catch it first time round. But
I didn't.
Bias Leeds hat on. It's definitely a pen, Johnny. We've been robbed. We would have won this match.
Man City got their pen at the weekend, which wasn't. So I think it would be a
Melia's carrying on. So yeah, clearly not a penalty. But I didn't really see. I saw Zinchenko and presumably Dan James, maybe Rafinha, tussling for the ball, but I didn't see the incident.
Seb, did Rafinha went off last time out? Did he go? Did he go? I'm sure he was subbed off.
It wasn't last time out. It was he was subbed off a few times for like a knock he'd been carrying, but I don't think he went off last time out. Let me have a look then, mate. Maybe I'm misremembering.
I don't think he finished the match, and I remember thinking, why is no one talking about Rafinha being a doubt?
Oh, he did get subbed out. 81st minute for Joffrey Gerrard. That's not really a problem.
I looked at that and thought, I wonder if he's still got the issue he had a few weeks back, and actually thought I could see him not starting tonight, but here he is. But again, I'm not expecting him to play 90.
I mean, maybe he's just having a few minutes managed here and there because he's carrying an issue, but 90% of footballers are carrying an issue at this time of year. And I mean, he was playing, like I said, that right wing, but kind of almost becoming a second striker role. We brought Joffrey on for him. It was just another striker. It
was just the fact that he went off when I think it 2-2 when he went off. It was before. It would have been before the Chelsea winner. I don't know if you got your equaliser by then, but
Joffrey scored the equaliser, so it was at 2-1 presumably.
Yeah, just thought it was a weird one.
I wouldn't be worried about. I mean, maybe there's something in it, but that's the first I've thought about it. Really, I just was happy to see it as tactical, or just a little bit of fitness. I wouldn't be worried about it. I mean, he's starting tonight, so
yeah. Attempts, by the way, in the City game. Oh, Kabak's gone off injured. Oh, Sam Byram's going to come on, who's not known to be a centre back. He's a fullback. So
De Bruyne is through. De Bruyne has scored.
Oh, who put him in?
I have no idea.
I think
it was from the left.
I think it might have been Bernardo. It was a left foot pass from the Bernardo position. 3-0. That is now Man City.
Every chance that's Bernardo.
It could have been. Oh, I think it was probably Bernardo. It could have been Grealish. Could have been Rodri. Could have been Zinchenko.
Could have been Foden.
I don't think it was Foden. It was a left foot pass though.
I mean, yeah, I think I'd say Bernardo if I had to guess, but we'll find out in a sec. But lovely finish from De Bruyne.
I'm going to say Bernardo, but I haven't
seen it.
It
is Foden over to Rodri, who plays De Bruyne through. So it's Rodri assist.
Oh, yeah. Foden comes deep. Oh, it was a right foot pass outside of the boot.
That is such a nice finish. He goes near post, left foot.
Hey,
I remember when De Bruyne
couldn't
finish. Do you remember that? Yeah.
Yeah, we both had him as triple captain, I think.
Yeah. That's just such another good example of the, sometimes players miss and then we hook onto it as an idea of that they can never score.
Great news for Ollie Watkins owners that, by the way, Kabak has gone off injured and Byram is playing centre-back with Gibson.
Ooh.
Yeah, Gibson, who couldn't get a game was he at Burnley for like 2 seasons and didn't get a look in?
Yeah.
Off the back of it. Really, Middlesbrough was their captain, wasn't he?
I was going to say, yeah, Middlesbrough, thank you.
Although he was
I remember quite fancying him for Leeds, actually, if we could have stolen him.
Wasn't he the grandchild or nephew of the owner of the club or something?
Oh, goodness. Was that like the Steve Bruce used to sign Alex Bruce wherever he went? That was great.
And then just bench him, but just give him a good salary, take your 15 grand a week.
That's fine. I'd totally do that.
And if we get relegated at Hull, you might get a game next season if we're in the Championship.
Exactly. We're fine. Yeah. We can share lifts home. It's lovely.
This game, 3-0, and I know the score's not updating to recap. It's 3-0 Man City against Leeds. Norwich are losing 1-0 to Villa. We saw a Watkins assist for Villa, Ramsey goal. And so far for City, we've seen goals from Foden, from KDB and from Grealish. We've seen assists from Rodri and Mahrez. And who got the Foden assist?
Can't remember. Because it was a mess, wasn't it? So... I've gone blank. Was there one though? Because it was the complete mess. Foden just volleyed it in from it all falling all over the place.
Rodri.
So was there an assist?
I feel like
no. Rodri's the one that went through that Melia saved it. So I don't know if there might not have been an assist gone down. I'm not
have a look. We'll check out now. I've got assists for. Oh yeah, 2 assists given. So you're right. The Foden goal, nothing was credited.
My current overwhelming feeling, because I expected us to lose this about 4-0, so whatever. My current feeling is I really wish I'd brought in KDB. I wouldn't be any better off. I'd just have a really expensive player who had also scored the same amount as Foden. And I've got, obviously Jota to come, and I can now afford to, get other players back like Ronaldo. But I purely wish I had KDB just so I could be like, yes, finally, nailed it.
Yeah, our time will come with KDB this season, I'm sure of it. And I like you, I'm always looking at how I can boost my Man City options, and KDB's often a sort of safe one we know will start each week. But I just need him to be fully fit until I go there.
I've got triple without him now, so...
Yeah, but you could swap. You could easily make a swap there, couldn't you?
Yeah. I mean, realistically, it breaks my heart to say this, but realistically, with the price he is, with the fact that you really need to have Salah and Trent at least in your team, with the fact that, all of them given 90 minutes, KDB outscores everyone else in City's team and probably by a bit. But seeing as that possibly isn't the case, I don't think he's worth his money. If you were going to captain him, maybe...
this season. The pricing this season on KDB was shocking for me. It was 1.5 to 2 million too expensive.
I think 10 million would be too cheap, but I think he was priced as the KDB of a couple of years ago, who was worth 12 million. An on-form, well, not on-form, but in his prime KDB is probably the only player other than Salah who is worth over 10 million if you never give him the captaincy. Because he has, what did he, in his best season, what did he go and get? It wasn't that far off 300 points. It might have been 250.
That was when he got the assist. He got the assist record, didn't he? It was the year he got the assist record.
I don't know if he's broken. I don't think he's broken it. In
FPL,
FPL,
I think he tied it with Henry, didn't he?
Maybe. I know in FPL he sort of broke it, but that's because, shots and things count.
Yeah.
In real life, they don't sound like Dean Smith there in real life.
Norwich game's half time, so it's 1-0 Villa going in the break. Reflection of the half, been pretty even, like very few big chances in that football match. It's been just sort of scrappy in the middle. Very different to the Man City Leeds game, which has been full of chances and one way. In fact, I say full of chances, City have actually converted most of their big chances. Other than the Bernardo Silva miss, they've not missed any big chances, I don't think, City. Other than that first one. I can't think of where they've there's been no...
But the Bernardo miss and KDB shot from outside.
Yeah, from distance. And by the way, that KDB shot was assisted by Foden, so a chance created for Foden, and I think he's created a couple, puts him top of the BPS.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I would say that KDB's been their best player so far, probably followed by Foden.
Yeah, Foden in the 9 role, Seb. We've seen Grealish playing there when Foden's been injured, and we've seen Jesus has even played there quite a bit in recent weeks, having started the season so well on the right. And we've seen Sterling a little bit in phases playing there. But no contest for me. Like the first choice number 9 at this football club at the moment is Foden. Now that's fixture dependent. Maybe in a big Champions League game we might see KDB there. But pretty much it's Foden's the 9, right?
I kind of prefer him left. Like I think you might be right.
Do you really?
In terms of like their team balance. Obviously, this depends on where other people play. So, assuming their best team is available, Cancelo's left back, so he comes inside.
Yeah.
Okay, Bernardo or Gundogan can play in the left centre mid, so whatever. But I really like Foden providing that width. Off. He is for Mateus Klick. Shackleton's injured.
Another injury.
Yes, indeed. But yeah, I really like Foden in that wide position. I think he really brings a lot to City's team, and he does still come central and get chances.
Yeah.
What the interesting thing is as well, apart from the Brighton match where Foden got a couple of goals, although one off to go in.
Jesus' bum as well.
Yeah. His numbers have been almost identical, whether it's left wing or in the 9.
Yeah.
So it doesn't. I mean, I think when we're watching it, me and you here, of course we'd rather have him at 9 because he just looks in a better position. But in terms of FPL, I really don't mind. And in terms of City overall, I think they work better with Foden left. I think it's his best position. But like you said, it's opposition dependent, and it's probably more than that, dependent on if Cancelo, if Bernardo, if Gundogan, if Grealish, all of those players are available.
That's my problem. If the left-hand side is occupied by Foden and KDB is 9, absolutely love that as much as anything else. If it's Grealish as the 9 and Foden left, I just don't like it. I just don't see that combination working. Grealish as the 9 just hasn't worked for me. But.
Fair. I thought he was quite good in, was it 2 matches ago where he started at 9? I thought he was quite good. He missed a couple of chances, but I thought his link-up was decent in the way he rotated around.
Yeah, that was the game I was on a flight and didn't see any of. And Toby told me that.
Bernardo was nearly in there. I think it would have been offside, but he made a run in between the channels, and I want to say Laporte, I think, tried to play him through from the back.
It is Laporte, and he's given time and space to carry the ball, Laporte, and he picks that pass really nicely. This is probably as damning of Leeds as, any sort of FPL observation, but Rodri has been really effective getting forward so far. Like, he's arguably been more advanced than Bernardo half the time. Yeah, and we saw that cute little assist with the right outside the right boot. Kev Cook's made a good point. No more Rafinha on penalties tonight with Click on.
Yeah, very good point. Unless for some reason Rafinha has taken them, but I think I agree with you. As far as I'm aware, it's Bamford, Click. Then it was Rodrigo. Rafinha's maybe jumped above Rodrigo.
Is Click's record good? Is Rafinha scoring 2 in 2 good enough to give him a chance of leapfrogging him? I don't know what Click's record's like.
Rafinha's record before that was bad.
Was it?
Maybe he's been practicing.
Had he taken them for Leeds, Rafinha, before that? I'd never known him take one for Leeds, no.
No, I think he took like 1 or 2 for Rennes and wasn't good. So, he's never really been in the question. But maybe he's been spending his time practicing them, and it's a different landscape now. It's not really... 4 penalties over the course of his senior career isn't really enough to go and judge too much, I don't think.
Ruben Diaz left yellow card. That's his 3rd booking of the season. He's not quite on the Cancelo levels of 5. Do check out for that, guys. If you are looking at bringing players in, it's always just worth noting their yellow cards. 5 yellow cards, 1 match suspension if before game week 20.
Foden, who's playing notionally number 9, just dropped in between the centre-backs to pick the ball up.
Love that.
Yeah.
That's Pep. That's Pep.
Yeah, no, it's very, very good to watch. Bernardo looking decent there. De Bruyne over to Foden. I think he'll go left again to Grealish. Foden shoots, and that just goes wide.
Oh,
I thought he'd maybe buried that.
is that Bernardo that puts him in? I'm just watching the
De
replay
Bruyne.
now.
De Bruyne.
Oh, it is Bernardo
But
that finds De Bruyne.
it was good work from Bernardo. Bernardo was advanced on the right, that position he likes. Oh my goodness! Watch the reverse angle. It looks like it's going in. That's very close.
Did that take a nick or not?
Nah, it's goal kick, I think.
Oh, he just drags it. KDB with a chance created. We might see him leapfrog Foden now in the BPS.
And once again from the goal kick is watch De Bruyne stood up. It's almost in a front two with Foden. Not that De Bruyne is playing up front, but just shows the positioning of them.
Yeah. By the way, Foden, guys, 6% owned. 6% owned.
That's
Get
nuts,
on
isn't
it. He was like 15% until that injury, and everyone sold him straight away off that.
Well, you remember, I remember a few weeks ago when he got the points against Brighton, and then everyone started taking notice. I think I'd had him for a couple of weeks before that. I remember saying now isn't the time to get him. He got injured, so of course I didn't see that coming. But again, COVID situation aside, there was a better opportunity to get him, and I think that again was a couple of weeks ago, just as the fixtures turned, as he recovered from injury, which obviously helps. And I would say there's still a very good opportunity to get him now. But in a couple more matches, it'll be another situation where you go, should you be looking elsewhere instead?
Yeah. Fahim says Bilver in Analytics FC.
Yeah, but I miss.
Foden's so close, says Mario. Good to see loads of you in the chat. Guys, do give this stream a like and subscribe to Scout. De
Bruyne on the turn, playing Foden's through. He should probably... Oh, Ayling's done well. Ayling did very, very well there. The ball from De Bruyne was lovely. I wonder if Foden maybe got it trapped a bit.
Graphics have updated. Thank you, FPL captain, legend.
Ayling's done really well there.
It's good defending that. Reads it.
At this point, 3-0 down. I'm almost happier if Foden gets more points for me. Like, it's not like my team are going to win this match. So
there's no... I mean, I don't think Leeds have had an attempt.
No, probably. Like, genuinely, I might be... Oh, goodness. That should have been another.
Oh, it's a Foden corner.
Headers are difficult. Headers are very, very difficult. But Rodri is literally in the middle of nowhere.
No! It would have been a Foden assist with it. I'm just seeing the replay now.
It would.
Oh my goodness. Rodri, what's he done? It's gone behind him. And how has he got that much space?
I don't know.
Oh my.
Oh, and there's... Oh, that's not a great clearance from Llorente. He's put Rafinha under pressure there. Oh, match stats. Final third passes. Man City, 72. Leeds, 4. That's not good at all. At this stage, I'd almost rather Edison just keeps his clean sheet. Like, what's the point in losing 7-1? I'd rather lose 7-0.
Yeah. I mean, you could get relegated on goal difference, but unlikely.
I mean, I think that ship sailed. I mean, so in all seriousness, I don't think we'll go down. I think there are 3 worst teams.
We're going to talk about that half time. Who are the 3 worst teams?
Oh, Junior Firpo's in. That'd be jokes. That would have been absolute jokes if he'd scored. Oh no, I think it's come to nothing. Really nice work from Harrison and Firpo.
Yeah,
just sort of breaking on City a bit there.
Harrison against his old club.
Oh yeah, good point. Yeah.
Point to prove, Harrison. That transfer was made permanent in the summer, was it? Because last season he was on loan. What did you pay for him? Was it around 10?
Oh, 10 mil. So we loaned him 3 times, I think. We loaned him for 1 season with like a option to buy, then loaned him again. But the option to buy went up like 3 mil so that we could loan him for another season. And then, well, it wasn't an option, it was an obligation, hence having to pay more. But yeah, 10 mil is an absolute steal. Even though he's been a lot worse this year, it's the Premier League and he was amazing last year. 10 mil is change.
Absolutely.
Like 10 mil is literally what City will pay their backup goalkeeper for doing nothing for a year, probably.
Yeah. The only player...
Bit of an exaggeration, but you get my point.
The only player Man City are ever buying for 10 million is a backup goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Or a child. Norwich Aston Villa will be coming out very shortly for the second half at Carrow Road. Norwich need points here. We're going to speak about
Bernardo to Foden to De Bruyne. I think he'll hit this. He does. Oof, right over the bar.
Foden chance created.
So I know this is probably obvious to everyone who has ever watched me or you even once, but I genuinely think De Bruyne might be my favourite player of all time, excepting like Messi.
I still think, and will say till the moon and back that he's the best player in the Premier League.
So Salah, in terms of like just who is better at playing football, Kevin De Bruyne.
All day long. But then you
who has been the better player the last couple of years? Salah by a mile. Like I don't think you can argue that. But just in terms of who is the better footballer, Kevin De Bruyne is. But that doesn't matter because Mo Salah's been considerably more effective for 2 years. And that's what you'd rather have in your team.
Oh, yeah. Give me one for my team and it's Salah all day long because the numbers are just scary. But if you're looking at, better footballer, KDB wins it hands down every time.
But I mean, that's kind of, not that I'm comparing these players, but that's not dissimilar to the Messi-Ronaldo argument. Sometimes, throughout the last 15 years, in some seasons, Ronaldo has been better than Messi in terms of he's been more effective. He's been a better player. But in terms of who's the better footballer,
who's got more ability,
clear, just unbelievably clear.
Yeah. Yeah. Agreed.
And I don't mean to start that debate. I'm trying to just be honest and genuine. Messi is better with a football, but on occasion, Ronaldo has been more effective with a football. And frankly, we care about effectiveness, not who's better in your backyard, you know?
Yeah. But us football romantics aren't all looking for just the numbers. We're looking for the best footballers, and we love watching players like KDB. Like,
speak for yourself, mate. Spreadsheets, innit?
My favourite player of all time is probably Pirlo and Roberto Baggio. Two absolute worldies. You just, they didn't have the numbers. Pirlo certainly didn't. God, what did you see?
How has Foden won that? I think you'll see it now. He overshoots a run and still gets to it first.
His acceleration.
It's come to nothing, but
his acceleration over the first 5 yards, he's so quick. First 5 yards, he's so good. That's why he always manages to make space for a shot or make space for a cross. A bit like Sterling. Certainly Sterling 3, 4, 5 years ago. That shift and shoot or shift and cross, he's the first 3 yards.
Yes. Yeah, that's always a good one, isn't it? Because often, with Football Manager, with FIFA, when we look at pace and acceleration, we really just mean running.
I've never played either of those games, but I know what you mean.
Yeah, fair. Often players who aren't quick, it doesn't matter because you shifted out of your feet or you don't need to. I mean, I'm not necessarily comparing this one-to-one, but Thomas Muller isn't a bad example. He is not a quick footballer, but he is so quick with his feet and with his mind that it just doesn't matter. He never needs to sprint because he's already ahead of you. Yeah,
I love that. Quick thinker. Thomas Muller still going strong at the age of 33, 4.
I think is he? I swear he's always younger than I think.
Okay.
It's like Lahm. He was around forever and actually didn't retire that old at all.
There's no way he's younger than 30. Okay, he's definitely not younger than 32. I'd say 32
he probably
minimum.
is like, okay, he's 32. Yeah, he's 32, birthday in September. So he turned 32 recently.
Gee, fair. He looks older as well, doesn't he?
Well, he's been he was winning a World Cup like 7 years ago or something. So he's been around forever.
Yeah, I mean, that World Cup they won. Did they win in South Africa when they beat England with the ghost goal? Did they win that World Cup?
Oh,
I can't remember. 2010.
My memory of international football is so bad.
It was just that team though had Ozil and Muller in 2010. The Frank Lampard ghost goal, I'm pretty sure, had a young Muller and a young Ozil in. Ozil ran the show that day.
Was that 06?
No, they
I don't know.
Oh no, they won it in 14. They beat Brazil in the 6-7-1 or something
that was the
in the semi-final or quarter-final, and they went on to win it. Yeah. I think the final in 2010 was actually won by Spain because they beat Holland, didn't they? And it was Nigel de Jong kung fu kick. And Mark Clattenburg was refereeing.
I remember that match. I don't remember it was 2010.
Yeah,
I will defer to you for international football.
Yeah, that was.
I take summers off.
I think it was Clattenburg reffing, and he should have sent de Jong off. And it was a 1-0 win. I think Torres might have got the goal.
Yeah, that was
2010. That was South Africa.
Was it?
Oh, it might be David Silva.
It was Iniesta. I feel like it was Iniesta.
Possibly. It was a 1-0 win. I'm pretty sure.
I know Iniesta scored against Chelsea when Chelsea did a very similar thing and Barcelona just about edged it. So maybe that's why I'm conflating those two things. But I remember watching that and
I stormed out the pub.
You stormed out the pub.
Because Drogba should have won about 4 penalties because Yaya Toure was just all over him and somehow we lost. And it's the game where Drogba goes up to the camera and goes, "This is a disgrace, this is a disgrace."
I mean, so I understand that, you went out with a specific tactic there to try and win a match you couldn't have won on footballing ability, but you also didn't deserve to win that, so I don't mind too much. Like Barcelona, that was peak Barcelona and they tore everyone, including you, apart.
No, we were better that day.
Okay.
Iniesta got the goal. Load setting Iniesta. Fair play. Torres the winner in the Euros. That would have been the 2012 Euros after, or 2008. That Euros, they beat Italy in the final. Fabregas assist. Good knowledge, David. You guys. Filky saying needs a Bernardo blank, don't we all?
I wouldn't bank on that, my friend. Have you been watching this match?
The only hope for a Bernardo blank might be that he gets subbed and rested.
If Gundogan comes in and scores, I'll be just as upset.
Has anyone still got Gundo, Seb? Because you sold it. Everyone I think that had
I
it
nearly kept him. I still think he's a decent hold. Like, obviously, the back issue and everything is a little more complicated, but I would 100% have him if it weren't for the COVID issues right now. Going just medium term, he has some really decent numbers. Admittedly, last match, he really didn't. He was bad. But he had some really decent numbers. I think we know Pep picks on form as much as anything else, so maybe he's going to spend a bit of time out. But I think his minutes are decent. With KDB back, yes, he's probably vying just for that left role with Bernardo. But as we've seen tonight, if Bernardo is going to be slightly more withdrawn in that left role, then has he lost some attraction? And I'm not trying to convince anyone out of him. He could go and score 2 tonight. Leeds are terrible.
Medellin, Spain murdered Italy in the Euro 2012 final 4-0. Yes, I know that. And we also in this, I know that very well. But we did get payback this summer in the Euro semi-final with Chiesa. What a goal that was. Equaliser by Morata. Jorginho, nerves of steel.
The way you just went, yes, I know that. Thanks. Cheers, buddy.
It was Howard Webb, of course, not Mark Lamberg. He would have been too young at the time. Howard Webb was the ref in that De Jong kung fu kick.
I remember watching it. So that was my partner's Dutch, and I'd only been with her about probably less than a year at that point. So I remember kind of supporting the Netherlands a bit all the way through that tournament, and then in the final in the pub, kind of hiding because they played a different sport and it involved a lot more kicking.
Was that a uni romance, Seb? When you met your partner, where were you when you 2009-10? Was that? Did you meet at uni? Holiday romance?
No. We met doing a play.
Of course, you were an actor.
I was Prince Charming and she was Cinderella.
I can't.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. Did you have to kiss?
Yes, our first kiss was a stage kiss.
Love that.
It was thoroughly awkward.
Oh, brilliant. Were you both single at the time, or one in relationships, or do you not want to go there?
Why would you assume? Yeah, we were both. Well, as far as I'm aware, we were both single. Maybe that's to come out still. But yeah, I was single at the time. Yeah.
Brilliant. Love that. I won't push you any further on it.
That's fine.
Was your partner living in the Netherlands at the time, or did she move over for you, or she was already here?
No, both in the same town, Stratford-upon-Avon, where I've moved back to now.
Love that. 7-1, Germany, Brazil, yes. I think David Luiz might have got the only Brazil goal, and it was a worldy free kick. Check that out on YouTube. I
remember, did he also get sent off or something?
Probably.
My memories of that match are Germany destroying Brazil, but actually, the XG actually isn't that nuts. But we know that's always the way, right? They just converted chances and put up a lot of chances. But my memory was Germany just being ruthlessly amazing. And then David Luiz, but I don't remember why I remember David Luiz.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he got a worldy free kick. I missed the game. I was viewing a flat in Clapham Junction. I was just moving to London and I was viewing a flat.
Nice.
And I got a text from my best mate who now lives in Amsterdam saying, "You won't believe this, turn the radio on," because I was driving. And I just couldn't. I was just in shock. I was Oscar that scored. Okay, got that completely wrong. Luiz got the worldy free kick versus Colombia. Fair.
Right.
I'm loving this little reminiscing time. We have got Norwich Villa in action. We have seen a Norwich corner and a decent header comfortable save for Martinez. At the moment, that Villa clean sheet's looking quite comfortable. Your Watkins owners, he's not done much, but he's got time. Norwich will have to commit some numbers to get the equaliser. Might be left some space on the counter.
He's got
Norwich are in here. Oh, what's he done? He's fluffed his lines. It was a pass back from Villa, short to Martinez. I think it might be McLean, nips in, gets a touch, but just doesn't control.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he would have had a one-on-one if he controls that ball.
I think Watkins is a decent medium-term hold as well. Like his next 4 or 5.
Nice
I know
set
most
pieces.
people might only want him for these two, but I wouldn't be too stressed if you're holding him and he's only around. He doesn't do much tonight.
Yeah, agreed.
The Germany Brazil game. We were literally. You were talking about you were looking at flat in London.
Yeah.
We were literally on stage that night when that match was happening. We would like go on, do our scene, and then run off back to the dressing room.
Check the result.
To like what we had with the match on a little laptop. We're all just like running back, watching it, and then being like, "Oh goodness, that's my cue. See you in a minute. See you after 2 more goals have been scored."
Prince Charming. How did you get that gig anyway?
Hey.
Louis had a shock of that game. Great bit on YouTube to the tune of the Benny Hill music with all the gaffs from the Germany semi. Worth a look, I bet. Gianni, would you suggest people to have Bilva or Foden? I've said since day one, Foden all day long. When Foden is fit and he's first choice for Pep, I genuinely think he should be first choice in every FPL team in the country, in the world.
Mean, yeah, Foden is clear in terms of the numbers and in terms of on the eye.
100% on the eye.
Bernardo's amazing and playing amazing, but
Mm-hmm.
Foden is just more dangerous when it comes to goals and assists.
Yeah.
I think Foden probably has better expected minutes going forward as well, if we take into account how much Bernardo was already played, and the fact that KDB doesn't really affect Foden. He does affect Bernardo. Bernardo might be nailed by all means, but doesn't matter if KDB is fit or not. Foden's positions are unaffected. I did choose Gundogan over Bernardo on my wildcard, which clearly I've already run away from, but I would still pick a fit Gundogan over a fit Bernardo, I think, going forward.
Yeah, and that's why I would turn away from the both option. Like, I genuinely don't think both is the call. I think there are other City players that you may or may want flexibility on, and if you have Bernardo Silva, that gives you less. I actually am very happy with just Cancelo and Foden and keeping that third spot open. Yeah. Should a Gundogan or a Mahrez or a Jesus get a huge run of games and although I don't think they will, there'll be rotation. You need injuries.
Just quite liked the idea of like getting the extra exposure. So like we all know City are the best team in the country. Maybe Liverpool have a shout, but they're up there at least. And we know they're going to score a lot of goals. We also know it's hard to predict who's going to get those points in any given week. So I like the idea of just like doubling my exposure to people who could get goals and assists by having both, any two midfielders. But I chose Foden and Gundogan, so I like that idea. Obviously, I've moved away from it now in order to get Jota, but I think Jesus is interesting. I wouldn't necessarily pick him in myself, but we've spent a lot of this season looking for strikers. He's maybe just a little expensive because you've got your Antonios, your Watkins, your Bamfords, your Calvert-Lewin when he's fit.
It's about 8.6-ish, I think. But
yeah, sounds about right.
He was starting, when he was playing games on the right, I actually preferred him.
Yeah, that's fair. Which I think he's possibly lost that position to Sterling. I mean, I know Sterling's not playing either tonight, but bit of rotation. I think the best team now has Sterling on the right.
Yeah, I think it does. And if it doesn't, then even Mahrez and Jesus would be a toss of a coin at the moment, I think.
Yeah, possibly. I'd probably go Sterling, Jesus, Mahrez in that order, with then Foden or Grealish, left and 9, doesn't really matter.
Oh, got a bit of action at Villa. Ball comes in. It's Watkins. Header. Oh, does that come off the post or Tim Krul's feet? It's saved. It's a header from an angle you don't expect him to score from. Heads it down.
I thought that was a goal.
Near post. Tim Krul makes the save with his feet. But yeah, Watkins finding a bit of space there. Remember, he's up against Gibson and Sam Byram at the centre-back for Norwich.
I know he's notionally starting 9, but is Watkins doing the I'm actually a left winger thing, or is he holding down a 9 position?
No, he's holding 9 all right. As always, he drifts left a little bit, but he is down that 9 channel.
Name a striker that doesn't, other than your traditional target man. What striker doesn't drift wide? That's how you find space.
Yeah. Thierry Henry was prime candidate for that. Ramsey is very attacking, by the way. In the graphic, we've got Ramsey in kind of a 4-3-3. Ramsey is playing very close to Watkins. Obviously, Buendia and Young are on the pitch. But I'll be interested to see Ramsey's touch point, average position map, because he's looked very good. Definitely the outstanding at 4.5 in the game.
So I would argue it depends what you want from them. Clearly I'm biased here because I went Gilmore. I just wanted the 0.1 and someone who is, because I am going to bench that slot every single week that I can.
Same. That's why I wanted
I just want 90 minutes and 0.1.
I like you, Seb, made this call only 2 weeks ago and was very happy, and I knew what I'd get with Ramsey.
Yeah.
and I knew Gerrard liked him, but still, for me, the 0.1 was worth it because I'm not going to play him.
Yeah. I mean, hey, if I'd wildcarded like tonight, I'm not saying I would have got Ramsey because that's massive hindsight, but I would have considered him more because I knew I would have needed to start him.
Yeah.
But for my bench, I just want cheap and 90 minutes. That's all I want.
Yeah. Just looking at the average positions, and what number does Ramsey wear?
Ooh,
Is he 40? I think he might be
40.
No, I think he might be 41. Someone's 41. Okay. Is he 41, 18 or 11?
Ramsey is number 41 indeed.
Oh, okay. He's
he is, so according to...
deeper than I thought then.
Looking at SofaScore, who have decent heat maps. Scout have great ones as well, but there's our average position. So theirs are more useful after a match, whereas the heat maps are good during a match. He is kind of playing left centre mid, at that. Or at least left wing, but very deep.
He's level with Target, isn't he?
Oh yeah, he's definitely playing. So what he's doing...
Look how central Ashley Young is, number 18.
It looks like he's overlapping. So he's starting at left centre mid and then overlapping Ashley Young, who's coming inside. Ollie Watkins is playing centre and coming right. And yeah, of course, Buendia is then either going very wide right or dropping deeper left, with Douglas Luiz and John McGinn obviously holding down the centre. John McGinn going right a bit.
Oh, it looks like Late Riser might have sold Ramsey this week, according to Jimmy. Oh, wow. Did he actually? I'm not sure. Check that, Jimmy.
That'd be so unfortunate.
He's been such a campaigner for him.
Why would he, I guess? Like, unless he thought he wouldn't play and needed an Eldon starter, why would he sell him?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Gundo warming up, it seems.
Oh, jokes. He'll come on and score.
If Gundo comes on, it's for KDB because he's got a knock, because he's come back too soon or whatever, or it's for Bilva. It's for one of those two. Or he could take Rodri off in this game and rest him.
I guess you could stick Bernardo on right wing, bring Gundo on for like Mahrez.
Danny Ings coming on by the looks of it.
Ah.
It's going to be for Ashley Young, according to Kev. I haven't seen that yet. That will mean Watkins left.
Which I think is fine from an FPL perspective again. Like, he probably plays basically the same role either way. Oh, I'm seeing the Ramsey goal now. That's jokes.
That's
Watkins
really good,
just lays it off and falls over.
Yeah. Literally,
that's hilarious.
It's a 2-yard sideways pass on the halfway line.
So Ramsey's finish is really good.
But they're backing off him, aren't they? They're encouraging him.
That is not a good... That will get a goal of the month contender.
Well, he's been unchallenged.
And it won't deserve it because it's not... I mean, I'd imagine people will disagree with me here, and that's fair enough. I'm always wrong. But you know that Son Heung-min goal where he ran like the length of the pitch?
That was against Burnley.
That wasn't a good goal.
Yeah, he was unchallenged.
He just ran forwards.
Yeah.
And no one tackled him.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Gundogan is definitely coming on.
He is.
Come on, take Bilva off.
What do you reckon, KDB?
I reckon
45 minutes from KDB, look good, got a goal, rest him for the weekend, start him for the weekend.
I reckon Bernardo. He's had a lot of minutes.
Which would mean Bernardo starts the weekend, probably.
Yeah. Come on, who is it?
Joffrey Gerhard's coming on as well.
Interesting, half-time. You don't see half-time subs by Bielsa much.
I didn't see the board. I don't know who it's for.
I think it might be Mahrez.
Oh, sorry, I meant Gerhard. But if it's Mahrez, Bernardo right wing in it. Oh, Dan James has come off. So yeah, just number 9 for Gerhard.
Must be a Mahrez knock. He's not had a huge amount of minutes. He's not been playing poorly.
I guess of all the City attackers, he was.
Well,
he wasn't bad, but he was the least involved.
He was definitely the least involved. Yeah, Grealish has been pretty involved, and Danny
Bernardo
Ings
Silva has come off.
Stop.
Bernardo Silva has come off for Gundogan, so Gundogan left centre mid.
Come on! That is brilliant news. Come on, let me text Toby.
I'm not gonna celebrate it like Gianni, but I feel relieved. And then in terms of Leeds, Joffrey has come on for Dan James and definitely just gone straight to 9, and we're pretty much in the same shape, which is the 4-4-1-4-1/4-3-1-2, give or take, depending on the situation. Although realistically, the situation at the moment is everyone defend and try to stop conceding. So we don't have an attacking formation.
Yeah.
Once again, look at the ball coming out here. De Bruyne is the one closing down the goalkeeper. Foden is then closing down Luke Ayling.
Yeah.
It's all, only in that defensive pressing phase.
4-4-2.
It is almost a front two.
It's a 4-4-2.
I mean, it isn't when they've got possession, but it does just show that, like, ignore the names, Bernardo, De Bruyne, Gundogan.
It
shows
slot.
that there are some very, exactly. There are some very specific slots in this City team which do certain roles. And whoever's got that right centre mid is probably the midfielder to own.
Yeah.
Apart from Foden.
And that's... Cantwell's off and straight down the tunnel. He's not happy. Cantwell, by the way, was linked with Aston Villa. It was Dean Smith that was linked with trying to buy Cantwell this summer, who now... And frozen out by Farker at the end. Have we had a chance?
Gianni, just watch the Leeds match.
Oh, gosh. Please don't be Foden. Don't be Foden missing. Oh, Grealish. No. Oh, wow.
So it's not like nothing has happened in FPL, but De Bruyne plays the ball through and it's not a good ball from De Bruyne, really. Meslier should just come out and claim that. Somehow Grealish nearly gets it. Yeah, between Meslier and the centre-back, they just neither quite claim it, and Grealish probably could have nicked that.
They definitely could have nicked that. He just assumes that the Leeds centre-back gets there.
Jack Harrison's in. Oh, well, in wide, I think. Go on.
You're so far ahead of me.
So Jack Harrison, who, by the way, check out his numbers on FBref. He's one of the most two-footed players in the league by a mile.
I wouldn't have thought that.
But he goes down wide left, so he's not really in himself. Looks to cut back inside onto his right, and probably just spends a bit too much time on it. Tries to cut it back across, and Edison picks it up. But there was a little chance there.
Foul throw from Matt Cash, given. Lifts his back leg, love that. Buendia takes a knock, but I think he'll be fine. Buendia playing against his former club, of course. And yeah, Cantwell off, stormed down the tunnel. They put Ida on, I think it was, who's a forward. Nice. So Norwich
he's
going for the goal.
Terrible. He's like 4.5. So he's not a terrible.
Yeah.
Like if you really need a non-player, him, Lacadia, Davis, like none of them are great. But
probably gets the most minutes out of those three.
Maybe he's got a few recently, if I'm correct. Although it might be like.
I think we might have had action, Seb.
Gundogan plays it over to Mahrez, who is doing the very Mahrez thing.
Oh my god!
Mahrez scores, Gundogan assist.
That just bobbles in, doesn't it? I just caught the end of that.
Yeah. I mean,
trickler.
It goes right in the bottom corner, so maybe there's nothing anyone could do, but it does.
Gundo assist.
Yeah. I regret removing him for Jota. Well, I mean, Jota's got Newcastle at home.
You cannot regret. Jota is coming on big. That is.
I want all three really. But yeah, Gundo assist. I mean, pretty easy assist just across the area. Mahrez does Mahrez. It takes a deflection, right?
I wondered why Meslier was nowhere near it.
Mahrez goes for the near post. It hits Junior Firpo. That's just so unlucky.
That will go down as a goal. I mean, it's hard to say if it's definitely going in.
It's on target. It's on target.
It's going near post, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a shot on target for me. And it hits Firpo right out of Mahrez's feet, so it's not like you can start trying to draw lines.
Oh yeah, yeah. It hits him from a yard away, so you wouldn't be able to get that direction anyway, or know the direction.
Really unfortunate. Oh, steering again as well. Mahrez is going to shoot, isn't he? Oh, great bot from Ireland. Mahrez probably should have played.
Brandon Williams is off. No, sorry, Brandon Williams yellow card. Sorry, Seb. I just thought you would need to know that. But, yeah.
I'd rather he was off. Thanks for that, mate. Appreciate it. Thanks for getting that. Yeah. So glad I didn't wait till later to find out. De Bruyne just went in there and didn't quite get the pullback that we know he's famous for. Mahrez also had the De Bruyne option right, had the Foden option left, used both of them as decoys and ended up shooting into Luke Ayling in the end.
Mahrez, who we thought was coming off at half-time, has got a goal and assist and on now for 3 bonus points. Check out the BPS on screen. Mahrez is gold, Foden is bronze, KDB is silver.
I was almost tempted by Mahrez as well. I mean, not one of those. I nearly had him. I didn't nearly have him. But when I was looking at what I could do,
me too.
It was one of those. But if I don't get Edison and I lose Gundogan, could I get? I mean, I nearly had Sterling as much as I nearly had Mahrez, so I'm claiming no victory there at all. I was looking at what could you do, and I just thought long term Mahrez is not the option.
Yeah, mine was I didn't even consider Mahrez, but I did look at it because I was thinking if I want a City midfielder today, I wanted Mahrez because I thought he'd start. Oh, did Grealish go down there for a free kick or a penalty appeal?
It's definitely a free kick, and I also think it's a dive, but we'll see.
Who's going to take the free kick? It's going to be KDB probably from there. Or will it be Foden on his left?
From that side? Might
be Foden.
It would suit a left footer, but Foden, does he take them?
Not
in Mahrez.
Oh yeah, it will be Mahrez, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's definitely a free kick, not a penalty, and I've not seen Junior Firpo brought him down. I think it's just a coming together. I didn't really see what caused it.
I think I've caught
up. No one seems too fussed.
Oh, did Ashley Young come off at 59 minutes, Nuclear? Ooh. Maybe he did, yeah. Over it, we've got Mahrez and Gundogan in communication with Diaz. Villa getting a bit of space here down the left-hand side. Target whips the ball in to Watkins. Plays it backwards. Yeah, it doesn't go anywhere. Oh, it's back to Watkins. It falls for him. He goes down for a penalty appeal. He's told to get up. He's told to get up.
Don't book him. Don't book him. VAR. We need VAR. I'm not watching the match, but we need VAR. It's an outrage.
From the very small screen I'm looking at, I don't think that's a penalty. Oh, Ramsey's now in. It's cleared by Norwich. They're all over the place now. That should be... It's either a penalty or a booking.
Oh, Mahrez took the free kick. Gundogan dummied it. Mahrez took it. And decent save in the end. Good free kick, but Melia was on the right side and just palmed it over.
Yeah, it's one of those, Melia, because he's got long arms and he's tall, he doesn't even... It's comfortable for him. If that's Pickford, it probably goes in because he can't touch the bar, Pickford.
Or Aaron Ramsdale. Aaron Ramsdale is a brilliant shot stopper, but I don't think his positioning is all that, and I think it makes his saves look better.
Oh, interesting.
I mean, not saying he's
check out
bad.
his footwork.
Before anyone quotes me, I don't think he's bad, but I think his saves sometimes look better because his positioning isn't the best.
Also, Arsenal do encourage shots from distance. Like often, he's not saving big chances. He's saving 30-yarders, which are quite comfortable.
Yeah, like the post-shot XG difference for Ramsdale is like
I saw your post. He
basically has conceded the amount he should.
Yeah.
So maybe the numbers are
Who's
doing
top
a
of the
bad
charts?
job.
De Gea.
De Gea was second.
Mendy will be fairly high.
It might be Alisson. Yeah, maybe Mendy.
Oh, Mahrez on the left. He just always cuts inside, doesn't he? It's like watching Iron Robin.
Gundogan nearly scored.
Oh, what a goal that would have been. Foden was inches away at the back post.
Gundogan already doing more in that role than Bernardo had done. Oh, no, that's a lie, actually, because Bernardo missed a tap into. I'm talking nonsense.
Yeah, but he's had, I'd say, as much goal-mouth action. That run from deep in the left channel lends itself to Bilva. Lends itself to Gundo more than Bilva.
Yeah, but Bernardo missed in the first few minutes as well from a similar position. And Gundogan's assist, Bernardo could have got that assist at any moment. He squared it across the box. So I think it's even so far.
Even, but Gundo's had 10 minutes. Bilva
but then,
45.
but Bernardo's chances in the first 10 minutes too. Gundogan could do nothing now. Don't get me wrong. I'm Camp Gundogan. I just want to make sure that if we're going to win, we win fairly.
I think that's Konza down for Villa. 67 minutes gone at Carrow Road, still 1-0. Ollie Watkins currently on for 5 points. He's not in the bonus, as you wouldn't expect him to be with Villa defenders on clean sheets. Ollie Watkins isn't one to create loads of chances.
I need to work out if my minus 8 has come off at some point, don't I? Although I need Jota to play Willie to know. But Gundogan can stop doing things, please.
Foden overtaken KDB in the bonus. And nice. For Villa... Oh, Martinez only made 2 save points. He's on for bonus, Martinez. It's just what he does. Oh, wow.
Has there just been like...
His pass completion will be high. I
was going to say, has there just been like no... Because I remember, was it Nick Pope who benefited from obviously making saves, but also because the centre-backs never completed many passes?
Yeah,
obviously the players in most teams who complete a load, Pope actually did complete a few and so often came above them when it came to defensive bonus points.
Yeah, because the Burnley centre-backs just hoof it long. Yeah. Tarkowski and me.
Leeds attacking here. Gino Firpo to Harrison down the left-hand side. City have got numbers back, though.
Oh, Tyler Roberts with a diving header attempt.
Oh, hit the post. Dallas hit the post.
Oh,
what
a ball that was from Harrison.
From distance, left foot. Just hit the outside of the post.
I wouldn't mind a City goal. I mean, I'd lose a point on Foden, but no one's got City defenders other than Cancelo, have they?
I've got Edison, mate.
Oh, of course you have. Yeah. Oh, what a hit
I'm so conflicted. Like, I would adore a beautiful Leeds goal, and then I'd remember I have a City goalkeeper.
Clips the outside the post, isn't it? Great ball in, though. Great ball in on the left from Harrison. And Tyler Roberts does fly. Oh, substitution.
Fernandinho, you don't want to lose.
It'll be Rodri, won't it?
5 minutes.
It's got to be Rodri. Rest him. You're 4-0 up.
I think so. It is indeed Rodri, yeah.
He's their most valuable player at the moment. He's up there.
He's very good.
He's up there.
I mean, he's certainly, I would say, this season and the end of last, gone from, and it helps that Fernandinho's got older, but gone from the deputy for that role to very much making it his own. He's still only relatively young as well for someone who could do it for a decade.
When I say their most valuable player, obviously individually he's not, but for the team, if you look at who you can't replace in that system, I don't think Fernandinho can do the job Rodri does now. Yeah, any other
Yeah,
player in those
they
attacking
play
lineups,
differently.
they can manage without. They've shown they can manage without KDB. They've shown they can manage without Foden.
When Fernandinho does, or maybe we'll see it now actually, when Fernandinho does play, you often tend to then see Gundogan become the sort of like deep line playmaker or someone like that. Whereas Gundogan, obviously, we've seen he's able to push forward because Rodri can hold down that middle and be, I was going to say second playmaker. It's almost third with Cancelo, isn't it? They have the De Bruyne, the Cancelo, the Rodri as different levels of playmaker in the team.
Yeah, it's brilliant. It's quite something.
Oh yeah, I was saying the other day that come to nothing. I think Leeds. Oh, thank goodness. Ball in there. Foden was nearly on the end of it. We cleared it and then didn't clear it. But I was saying the other day that FPL aside, I really enjoy watching City whenever they play.
Yeah.
Because firstly, they play brilliant football, but even when they don't, it's just interesting to analyse.
Norwich free kick. Gilmour into the box. Save. Oh, I think it was Eder, the substitute. Gilmour darts in a free kick. And yeah, he wins the header on about the penalty spot. And it's down the throat of Martinez. And it's a fairly comfortable save. But good to get some opportunities because Norwich have only forced Martinez into 3 saves.
If Gilmour does something, my -8 will be a thorough failure because he's on my bench because I brought in.
Yeah, without your hit, he starts for you. He's my first sub, but I reckon he'll probably end up coming on because there'll be a shock omission somewhere, whether that's Alonso or I don't know, Jota or Salah.
I mean, at this point, there's every chance, and I ideally hope this isn't true from a real life perspective as much as FPL, but at this point, there's every chance Liverpool gets called off.
Yeah.
At one point, we didn't know Man United had issues.
Yeah. Seb, Nuclear Atom's saying it, and you said it when he came off. At least Bill was nailed for Newcastle now. Pep doesn't often make half-time substitutions. I wonder if this is more than a tactical sub. Who knows?
Maybe. I don't think he was bad. I think he did the job fine.
Could he had a knock, though? No, I'm thinking having a knock.
But then it's just Gundogan in reverse, isn't it? Gundogan basically had the exact same thing the weekend, where he started the match, played 50-odd minutes, wasn't great, also had a knock, came off and has come on tonight. So I wouldn't be overly concerned. And without further information, I would say Bernardo starts the weekend. I think it's fine.
I want a scaremonger.
Of course you do. If KDB finishes the 90 tonight, that's nearly
close.
Jack Harrison again. If KDB finishes the 90 tonight, I wouldn't be surprised if it's Gundo and Bernardo Silva at the weekend.
Oh, it's a corner ball. Nuclear Atom's thinking of getting rid of Jota next week. I'm sick of his incompetent clinical finishing and Firmino close to returning. Mate, don't do it. I'd say the best value player in the game right now, alongside
Jota is almost perfectly on his XG. So whether that's because he misses big chances and scores difficult ones, I don't know. But to say he underperforms finishing at the most basic level is untrue.
He's just not as good as Salah.
He could miss big chances. Yeah.
He had the highest XG.
He could miss big chances and score hard ones, of course.
He played half an hour at the weekend and he had the highest non-penalty XG of any player.
Yeah. I'm genuinely, that was a big reason. I was like, they're playing Newcastle. Yeah. Firmino, I don't think is ready yet.
Oh, definitely
I very badly need him.
Firmino hasn't even featured, didn't even come off the bench at the weekend, so he's not going to start.
He wasn't on the bench.
Did he not make the bench?
Wasn't even on the bench.
Even though he was training, okay, so he'll be on the bench this week and might get 10 minutes, but yeah, you're safe with Justin. And also, even with Bobby fit, and even before the AFCON, Jota's arguably still in the best 11. Like, we've seen Mane bench for Jota, we've seen Bobby bench for... Depending on the fixture, Jota's going to get a huge amount of minutes still.
And if he's not, look at when Firmino was arguably first choice, when he scored the hat-trick. Jota still managed to get minutes, a couple of starts, a couple off the bench.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not ideal, and if it went on for a while, maybe you would consider selling him. But if that's just a couple of weeks and then he fills in for AFCON, I think you're fine. Oh, City are in again. I think Foden has scored another, but it might be offside.
Oh, Foden.
I think it's offside.
Are you sure? I don't think that was off.
De Bruyne played it through to Mahrez, and it looked offside. He squared it to Foden, who tapped it in. I guess they'll check it. The flag has gone up. I think it was offside.
Here we go. No, that's the first pass is on.
Oh, that's onside.
He passed it backwards, didn't he?
Luke Ayling. Oh, and then the second one.
Is that
Mahrez
pass forward?
Mahrez hit that ball forward. I thought it was the original pass, and Luke Ayling plays Mahrez on.
Here we go.
Maybe.
Oh wow, it's going to be half a boot off, and Foden should hold his run. I'm not so sure.
We need the line. Like the camera angle is not enough to say by eye.
Oh, it's off. I've just seen the line.
It is off. Oof.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, I want my points. 4-0 might as well be 5-0. I want my FPL points. Oh, Gianni's tweeting. Everyone F5 on Gianni's profile. You know he's tweeting.
No, messaging Toby on WhatsApp.
Oh, that's much more
Way
important.
more valuable.
Oh, heads up, De Bruyne is going to score. He has scored.
I missed it. Who got the assist?
A smash from outside the area. I think it might have been Gundogan. But it's one of those. He wins the ball, plays it across, and De Bruyne just led it. As soon as he lined up, that was going in.
I just saw it hit the net, and it looked like it was a top binner.
Yeah, that was. I don't even think it was. I don't even think it was in the top corner. He just absolutely leathered it past Melia.
It was a pass from the left, was it? So it could have been Foden or Grealish.
It's not Foden because they win it from the goal kick. It goes across to Grealish, Gundogan. 2 assists from Gundogan. Whoops.
Oh, what a hit that is.
I think it takes a little deflection, which is maybe why it beats Melia. Yeah, it takes a little deflection on the way through.
He also hits it about 80 miles an hour.
Not that it isn't necessarily going in anyway, yeah.
Nah, it goes for his legs.
Actually, no, it doesn't. Yeah, no, that goes straight in. Yeah, fair play. 2 assists from Gundogan. Whoops.
What's his ownership now, Gundo? Let's have a look.
Like 5%.
It'll be way lower than we've seen. Oh, Gundogan. Done more than Bilva now, Seb.
I don't know either. So I'm just losing in every respect in the argument and actual FPL point.
3.6% owned.
Right. So allow me to dubiously speculate. If Edison keeps his clean sheet and earns me 4 points, from the clean sheet, and obviously 2 for turning up, he also just made a save. Go on, 2 more, please. Gundogan earns a couple of assists, so that's 6 points. He gets no bonus points for no apparent reason. Jota just needs to do anything, and I break even on that move. How many straws have I clutched at?
Yeah, loads. Oh, but it's not all about this week, Seb. Next week we might see Gundo benched.
I like Gundogan long term. It was this week I was concerned about.
Yeah,
because I wanted the wild card was originally set up to have Ronaldo up front, Foden, Gundogan, no Jota for 2 weeks, and then downgrade Reece James and upgrade someone to Jota.
Yeah.
So I was going to have all 3 in 2 weeks' time.
Toby messaged, Seb must be fuming. I'm guessing he saw your moves.
Nah, that's the way it goes. It's pretty funny. It's cool. I can win some Twitter arguments now, right? Just because he got 2 assists. To be fair as well, 2 kind of fortunate assists. He squared it twice.
Yeah.
The XA on those aren't going to be great.
Oh, City are just playing with Leeds now at 5-0. What's funny is everyone's going to beeline to KDB now, and it's not the move because he'll be rested.
I'm more just because we're doing this live. I'm more annoyed about not getting KDB than Gundogan. That would have been great. I would have had a massive problem in the future, but getting Gundogan would have been great. Getting KDB would have been great.
Sold Gundo for Jota, kept Bilva, says John. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I understand it.
I think it was the right. It was, if you go off who started, it was the right call. Rafinha quite a game.
Bernardo in the first place.
Ake on for Diaz. Diaz getting a nice little 20-minute rest. Oh,
and clean sheet locked in, right? Because 64.
Clean sheet locked. Indeed, he did get a yellow. He did get a yellow, and I don't think he's on for bonus. Pookie's having words with Michael Oliver. I think is reffing at Carrow Road. I think Pookie wants a pen. It's Mings that brings him down. There's 100% contact, but it's verging on a sort of shoulder barge. He doesn't get it.
I know they've been leaner on those, more lenient, even on those things. This
Mings Mings does push him a bit, but it's one of those where a bigger defender can outmuscle the smaller striker and go, and you can go. It's a shoulder barge, even if he's used his arm a bit.
Yeah, that's fair. My favourite example of like those sort of things was Didier Drogba. When he was defending a Chelsea corner, you could not move.
Oh my God, he was amazing.
When he was attacking a corner, he just was knocked over by a light breeze. And completely fair, right? He knew his job was to prevent goals at one end and win them at the other. But I thought the comparison was hilarious.
Honestly, I can't remember a striker that had that was as good defensively from corners as Didier Drogba. He was between him and John Terry. You looked at it and just went, no one's scoring a header against us. If the ball was played in either of their zones, like Drogba was sensational at clearing the ball. And actually, I've started to see Lukaku doing a bit of that. At Brentford especially, Lukaku was so useful in defence when Brentford were just lobbing the ball in. It was really weird to see him substituted off, because as soon as he went off, Brentford continued with the long ball and we were found out a few times.
Yeah. You mentioned earlier that you got Lukaku. What do you think, obviously, this week and going forward? What do you think of him?
I don't think he'll be a long-term hold for me because I don't love Chelsea's fixtures. But then they've got 4 okay fixtures, followed by 2 really tough ones, and then they're missing 2 games. So he's a 4-week maximum hold, but possibly just a 1-week punt. I don't think he plays on Sunday unless he looks super fit. Chelsea are comfortable against Everton, they're 4-0 up, and he comes off with 15 minutes to go and gets a bit of a rest. If he plays 90, I don't think he starts Sunday. But I just like it. I like Lukaku versus Everton. Everton have been really poor at the back. If we go back 4 weeks, Watford stuck 5 past Everton. They've been slightly better since, but that's so vulnerable. They look like that on the ropes. They've got huge injury problems. No Yerry Mina's big for them. And I just look and think, he'll have a go at Michael Keane or Holgate or Godfrey, and he could bully that player. And I just think we're going to see a Lukaku return against his old club. He'll be so up for it.
Yeah, that's fair. I guess it's just as the starts as much as anything. Whether you think he's actually going to return to that nailed number 9 position.
I'm very confident he starts this week, but moving forward, I don't know if he will be. Yeah. I mean, Havertz has done very well when he's been given a nod.
Everton's XGA is slipping. They're nearly as bad as Man United and us, which I think is what you said, right? With injuries, with players out, they're certainly slipping down in terms of defensive. I think if you look on the fixture ticker on the FPL side, they're still they're a grey fixture. Yeah. I'd argue that should possibly change.
Yeah.
And that's certainly, even if you try and ignore that, that does play on your mind. When you see bright green or bright red, even if you're in your head, you're like, no, I know this is an easy fixture or a hard fixture. When you take a glance, it does play with what you perceive them to be.
Yeah. Also, I think the game will go Chelsea's way. We look at Everton's defensive numbers, but I also look at the fact still no Calvert-Lewin. Richarlison is now out. We heard today, and you look at it and go, Townsend I think is also out. There's no goals in that team. I think Chelsea will dominate the football match, and therefore Lukaku will get more chances, and therefore higher chance of scoring. I like that.
You know who I took out on my wildcard? Rudiger, who goes and gets 2 assists, wins 2 penalties or whatever it was. I was like, come now, really?
So did you have double Chelsea defence?
I had Reece James and Rudiger.
Well, you did the right thing moving away from that. That's something I need to do. I've got Alonso and James.
Leeds are in. And we messed it up. We probably had 3-on-2 there, and Click kind of got stuck under the ball. Gundogan, I think Gundogan won it back. Maybe he's the one who's run out with it anyway.
Had to go left there. I don't know who was in. Was it
KDB doing the very KDB driving forward? Plays Foden just ahead of the defence. So Foden's not going to score here, but he's played Mahrez in, who he should have played that back. Mahrez goes near post and it's a good save.
Mahrez, he's got to square that. He never beat a Meslier from that angle near post. I mean, it's not Pickford in goal.
Whenever I watch Mahrez, I think, oh my goodness, why don't you pass? When you look at numbers of chances created, he's always like the best per minute. So he clearly must pass and create chances. But I swear when I watch him, he could double that if he just stopped either shooting or just trying to dribble into a corner again. But then when you look at the numbers, he's clearly very effective. So I wonder if it's just like an aesthetic thing.
Possibly. By the way, Buendia's off for Villa and he's in some pain. He's on the bench. He's sort of semi-screaming in anger. Chukwuemeka, the kid centre mid, is on. Watkins is in. Good defending from Norwich. Watkins plays in. Oh, is that going to be a pen? I think he plays in Matt Cash, who goes down.
Oh, I know some people have brought in Matt Cash.
Yeah.
He got an assist.
I recommended a few bringing Cash and looked
Clean
at it myself.
And assist. Did you say he got a yellow? Oh, no, foul throw.
He's not going to give the pen, I don't think.
Really?
It's Brandon Williams versus Cat. Williams with a worldy tackle. Get that wrong, and it's definitely a pen if you get it wrong, and a red card. Very
Jack
good
Harrison's
tackle.
Been our best player tonight. Jack Harrison nearly creates something again. City just about get it away, but he's come up to the right-hand side now. Watch him here. I was saying, I swear he's the most two-footed player in the league. Watch him dribble down the right here. You wouldn't know he was left-footed.
What minute are you on? I'm 70:45. I must have missed it.
70. Oh yeah, 70, 47, 48.
Yeah, I'm the same clock as you. I missed it. Did Edison get a save somewhere in there?
Not in that little mess. It was defenders. He got one earlier, but I don't think he's getting to 3 save points. I think he's only got 1.
John in the chat has said there's action in the Villa game. My eyes are off screen. My eyes are off the chat, but there's action in Norwich Villa, and it's.
Talk us through it, Johnny.
I've seen in the chat.
Oh.
No.
Am I going to be happy about it?
I think so.
Hey,
Unless they're having me on. Unless they're having me on.
If they are, I'm thankful for these moments of joy before it's taken away from me.
I don't know what's more annoying, the fact that I didn't buy him after I was going to all day, or the fact that Toby did buy him.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's all right, mate. It's not like you've got literal text proof of me saying that's a bad idea when you said.
Yeah. Hey, Lukaku might get a hat-trick still.
He might. Yeah. No, I believe in you. And Jota might also score 4 while Gundogan's got 2 assists and is. Oh no, that's Mahrez. I thought for a second he was about to turn and go through. So we're on the left here. Oh, are you still going through that?
I've still not seen it.
Okay. I think we might get a City chance if you want me to.
Yeah, go for it.
They're just toying with us on the edge of the area, but it's 1 pass away. So Mahrez and Foden are just playing with it around on the left. Grealish is rotating nicely, but they're just looking for that running behind when someone wants to make it. They've won a free kick. Foden goes down. He's won a free kick. It's wide, so it won't be a shot. I suppose De Bruyne or Mahrez will swing this in.
Oh, ball comes in, free kick target, drops to edge of the area.
I believe we are seeing Cody Drummer for Junior Firpo. That's fun.
No idea who that is.
He is a young fullback through our academy. We bought him, but from the under 23s, who, again, it's under 23s, but has been really, really good for the under 23s. Like, arguably should be Ayling's backup ahead of the likes of Dallas and Shackleton, because those are midfielders really. But yeah, Junior Firpo comes off, so presumably he's gone left back.
Watkins goal. I think it's the kid, Chukwuemeka, who's just come on.
Oh, sorry, just to correct myself, I'm an idiot. I presume Drama has gone right back and Dallas has gone left back. But yeah, sorry, back over to you.
Chukwuemeka, really good work on the left. Beats his man, puts the ball in low and hard. At the back stick, a yard out. Watkins for the tap in. 3 bonus points, goal, assist. He's going to be on for double digits.
It's all right, buddy. I believe in Lukaku. I believe in him. Oh, City are going to score, yes. I think John Stones has scored after 3 attempts. No assist. So Grealish heads it. Melia saves it. Stone goes for the rebound. Melia saves it. Stones lashes it in again for the final time. And nobody in the world will have those points because he's like 3rd choice defender.
Yeah, it was Laporte with the original header, not Grealish.
Oh, I thought that was Grealish.
Yeah, it was Laporte. It was number 14.
Was it?
Sure
I have no idea why I thought they were the same person.
Stones will be on for bonus now, I would have thought, though. That might affect Foden's bonus.
So does Laporte get an FPL assist for that?
No, because he would have if Stones had scored first attempt.
Right, okay.
But Stones scored second attempt.
I'm kind of pleased about that because shot rebounders, I mean, in real football stats, shot rebounds are not assists. I get why they are in FPL, but they are sometimes a little silly. I mean, for example, the Gundogan assist for Bernardo the other weekend. Again, as much as I want Gundogan to beat Bernardo, I don't really think that was a very fair Gundo assist. Like, it was quite a bit later and not a different face of play or anything, but Bernardo had to do a lot more to score that after Gundogan hadn't tried to create a chance for him. Yeah. So yeah. Leeds on the attack here. Click going forward. Nothing comes of that. You've gone very quiet, pal. I feel like Watkins has got you down. I believe in Lukaku.
So annoying. I'm just checking the bonus points of Foden.
Okay.
He is still on for 1.
Okay. De Bruyne will be top, right?
De Bruyne top 51. Mahrez on 48. Foden 35. Surprisingly, Gundogan's not in the mix with 2 assists. But
so only played half a match, mate. Just wouldn't have got the numbers, will he? Because it's things like X percentage pass completion over a certain number or something like that, isn't it? He just won't have had chance to get those numbers.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing he won't get any, like, presumably you get some for playing minutes and some for a clean sheet, even in midfield, which he's not going to get. Yeah.
Stones isn't featuring yet either. That could change. Maybe they've not updated the BPS. Stones on for a clean sheet. You'd expect him to be hitting around the 30, 35 point in BPS with a goal. Although you don't get much for a goal as a defender in BPS.
No, and with the way this match has been played, this might be just really bad eye test from me, but I would actually expect the midfielders to be almost up with the centre backs in terms of passes, because usually with a team like City, it's the centre backs who get all the passes, or Cancelo because he just is involved in everything. But with the way we've been playing and where the space has been, it's really been in the middle with like your Rodri, your Gundogan, Bernardo, De Bruyne that have been playing around. So he possibly hasn't racked up the same number of passes that he might usually.
Yeah, fair point. Oh, 1 minute left at Villa Norwich.
Go on, Ollie. One more.
It was all Norwich. They were going for it. And then out of nowhere, a tap in from Watkins. So what was Watkins going to get? He'll have got 4 for the goal, 3 for the assist. That's 7, 8, 9, plus 3 bonus. 12-pointer.
Gundogan is into the box. Oh, okay. Comes to nothing. Gundogan darts into the box, beats a couple of players with some nice feet. Tries to play Foden in, actually.
Yeah.
Possibly is the wrong choice, and it goes out for a corner. Oh, no, it might be a goal kick, actually. It might come back off Foden. Back off Gundogan.
His back, it looks all right. His back problems looks all right. He's looking sharp, isn't he?
True that. Although, you can have a painkilling injection, be all right for 45 minutes, and then not be able to sleep tonight.
Yeah.
It's one of those, like, it'll be a thing for a while. Like, we don't hear much about this, but like, ask any sports scientist, any physio, 9 out of 10 players on your starting 11. Ake scores, Foden assist.
Was it a header from a corner? I saw there was a corner.
It was a header.
Ake.
Everyone's so still. How? Ake's not even that. I mean, he's good in the air, but
he's like 5'10", 5'11".
It's not
he's
like
a short
it's not like he's hard to compete with.
He is good in the air, Ake. He does hang.
He is, but I would feel like that's more about what happens when he gets to the ball, not the fact that he's just run. Is that? Oh yeah, Cody.
He's just peeled off the back. He's very good.
He's peeled off Cody Drama and Drama's been blocked off by Stones. Rule it out. Rule it out.
Never.
Rule it out. That's shocking. Red card.
Yes,
it's a legit goal.
Do you know Ake's very good?
They've just been smart. They've just been smarter than us. Like, you can't let John Stones bump you there. You go through him.
I find like Ake's not very good at defensive headers, and he loses a lot of aerial duels. And I think he does. I'm sure I've looked up the stats. But attacking headers from set pieces, I remember Bournemouth, it's always a danger. He's very good at attacking.
I wonder if that's he's good when he is in the air and gets to the ball, but actually getting to the ball, just because he's a bit smaller or whatever, maybe not so much. I haven't seen the numbers, so I'm not sure, but I'm speculating as to why that might be the case.
Come on, Foden.
Yeah, fair. What were we saying just before that? I forget. Maybe it doesn't matter.
I can't remember.
I can't.
We've got 5 minutes of added time at Carrow Road.
Okay.
Jacob Ramsey.
7. Oh, please don't be 9. I don't want to be Southampton.
What are your thoughts on Livramento, Seb?
I sold him on the wild card.
I sold him last week as well. I'm very happy to sell him. Southampton look dreadful at the back.
Yeah, you probably know more than me, mate, so I'll shut up. But I picked him in game week 1. Very, very happy to get his points, both off the bench and when I started him. And I think Southampton aren't as good as a defence. I'm happy to bank the 0.2 or whatever. Yeah. There are 3.9 options now that'll do the same job for me, which is sit on the bench. So fine with that.
Yeah. Let's work out Foden's points, shall we? That's a more fun game. He gets 5 for the goal and 3 for the assist. 8, 2 appearance, 10. 11 for the clean sheet.
Gone above Mahrez, maybe?
No, he's on for 1 bonus. No, 2 bonus, I think.
He was 1 behind Mahrez and De Bruyne last time.
Oh, he's 2 behind Mahrez now. And 5 behind KDB. So
he won't be KDB, but Mahrez subbed off. Actually, I don't think they have any sub stuff. So maybe just Foden to be a bit more involved. What we don't want is shots off the target. He can complete passes. We just want him to rotate in the middle, tapping it around. Maybe recover a ball or 2.
Yes, Kev, we do need 9-0 Foden. Foden hat-trick. Although it won't be a Foden hat-trick.
I've never liked you. Kev. It would be a hat-trick if he scored 2, Gianni.
Oh, it would be
9 minus 7 is 2.
Yes, true. There was me thinking it only needed... Yeah, you were thinking the assist... Hat-trick of contributions, of goal contributions, maybe.
Nice. That's what you meant, yeah.
Yeah.
I got you.
Come on, Kev. We're not going to get 2 goals in the next 10 minutes. I think City are only going to score 1.
10 minutes. It's time for about 4.
How many subs have City made? Ake has come on. Gundo has come on.
Fernandinho.
So all 3 are on. So we are getting 90 minutes out of Foden.
Oh my goodness.
He'll have a chance, won't he?
Just watch. don't watch the ball, watch the movement from City here. We're just not doing a good job of tracking it. Up top, De Bruyne keeps dropping off and running. And is it Forshaw following him, who, to be fair, has been brilliant for us, but just isn't going with him?
Go on, Foden. Right foot shot from Foden, blocked.
Realistically, losing 7-0, 2-0, whatever to City, it doesn't matter. It's all the same. But I haven't seen. I need to watch it back. So when Leeds play, I watch it once live for fun. I say fun in inverted commas, and then I try and watch it back for sort of like analysis purposes, obviously for work as well, but also just because I want to know what's going on with Leeds. So I'll have to watch it again. But I would be surprised if I have many takeaways from this match, other than Jack Harrison maybe. Like sometimes when you watch it back, you go, actually, we weren't as bad, or we were as bad as you think, because you start looking at structure, you look at what jobs each player is doing, things like that. But realistically, watching it live first time, City have just played with us, and we haven't really caused them any problems.
Is Bielsa naive when he goes up against top teams, Seb? Because he goes to play football against them. Is that? I mean, we see it. Leeds often lose to the better footballing teams, right?
So yeah, we could line up in 17 banks of 12 here and lose 1-0 and still be in the Championship. So yes, for this one individual match, you could argue this is naive is the wrong word. He's one of the most experienced managers in the world. But yes, you could argue this is not what's needed.
Full time at Villa.
But you can't just, play the way we play and then 1 week randomly try a Burnley's tactic, because that will still fail. Burnley train very hard to play the way they play, and we train very hard to play the way we play.
And they play every week.
And the way we play means we're playing Man City in the Premier League. So yeah, we're getting smashed by them, but without that, we'd still be in the Championship.
Yeah, and you wouldn't have those good wins against weaker opposition in the Prem, which you have.
Like, don't get me wrong, I won both. And, there are some teams and some managers who are able to spend the resources, and I mean both time and literal financial resources, to be able to switch between those two things. But they are few and far between. And arguably, Pep Guardiola isn't even one of them. We've seen Man City get taken apart every now and again when it doesn't click. And you could go, well, why did he persist with pushing the fullbacks up? Why did he persist with trying to pass at the back? And the answer is because what we're seeing tonight, because it's a process.
David Jones went Som to KDB. Fair play.
My hero.
Now you're getting greedy though, David. You want a hat trick. Take your 3 bonus points, your 2 goals, and run with them.
Did he captain him?
I don't think so.
If you make a move like that, I need to see the captain armband flying around.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm kidding. Salah's got Newcastle. He's going to score about twice as many as, Foden's in. He goes over the bar. It wouldn't have been a Gundogan assist. Although, watch the replay on this. Gundogan is at 9.
Yeah, he is.
I mean, not that he's playing there.
Ghosting.
He's rotated in there when Foden took the chance. So based on massively biased, because I want to be right and I'm fully aware of that, and also Leeds have been terrible tonight, so whatever. But based on just tonight, which is not enough to say anything, Gundogan better than Bernardo. 2 assists don't matter because they were sideways passes. Gundogan and Bernardo both had a good chance to score. Gundogan had another, I think. But in terms of how he's rotated forward and the way he's played, I would be more encouraged from an FPL sense. I do still think Bernardo starts at the weekend, and we've just seen Sterling on the bench. I would imagine you're going to see Sterling, Gundogan, and Bernardo will start at the weekend, probably in place of KDB and Mahrez, and then obviously Bernardo keeps the start.
Yeah, I could see the front 3 at the weekend of Jesus, Sterling, and Foden.
Yeah,
I could see Foden going. I could see Foden.
I think Foden keeps it. Oh, Foden! If he goes left, Foden would be in. No, he's gone right. If he goes left now. So this is what I was saying with Mahrez. I swear, like he's done really well, right? He created a chance for KDB to create a chance there. But I swear, whenever I watch him, I just think there's another option on. I think I'm wrong, by the way, because the numbers tell me that he creates chances really, really successfully. But whenever I watch him, I swear there's always something else on that he doesn't take.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the point. He's using those as dummies. Maybe, he's more sophisticated than I am at football. I'd imagine that's true. So maybe he actually opts to use those as dummies more often than not. But it always looks like he misses them.
Yeah, I wonder if it's a decision-making, just slightly when he's given too much time. Not the...
That reminds me, on the Bernardo Gundogan one, and this could go for either player, something I always find interesting is obviously, a lot of numbers, of course, even heat maps, don't track off-ball runs because a lot of heat maps actually touch maps. So if you don't touch the ball, the only way to know where a player was on the pitch is by watching the match, which I think is entirely valid and a really, really good reason to say that numbers aren't everything. You need to see where people are when they're not touching the ball. But just to counter that, one thing I think we don't sometimes account for is when people make runs that are deliberately dummy runs and they were never, ever meant to receive the ball and never will. Like you'll see a lot of strikers, for example, or attacking midfielders make a run into a channel and you'll go, yeah, but if the pass was there, he would have received it. But the point is he's never going to receive that because it's always going to the fullback. He's making a run to create that space or something like that.
Yeah, good point.
Apropos nothing, I just thought it's an interesting thing to talk about.
I just saw Grealish go down, but I think he's all right. Wow, 27 attempts, Seb, to 4. Final third passes, 149 to 25. Touches
How many
in the
saves has Melia made? Not even that many, actually.
No, he's not. He's not made many. City have been clinical, and let's have a look. I reckon he's probably only made 4 or 5 saves.
Have City been clinical if they've had 27 shots and scored 7 goals?
Yeah, that's still 1 in
4?
3.5, 4, yeah.
Yeah, it's not bad.
1 in 4, yeah. Saves, he's made 6, to be fair.
Yeah, actually, thinking about that, like 25% conversion is pretty good. So yeah, I take that back. They have been clinical. It just feels like they can't have been with 27 shots, but they've scored
Edison's
7.
getting you a save point.
Aha, get in.
Yeah. Oh, bonus points. Mahrez has gone to 50 and KDB 52, and I don't know why. Don't know what Mahrez has done, but maybe the carrying. Do you get a carrying or a dribbling over a certain distance BPS from that carry?
So you get completed dribbles, I think. I don't know if you get attempted, but the definition of a dribble is real tough. So a carry is obviously just progressing the ball X number of yards. A dribble technically has to beat another player, which is why you see like Hazard at his best was like averaging 4 dribbles a match. You'd be like, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
he runs with it all the
20
time.
times.
It's because he beat a man 4 times.
KDB shoots, save. 7 saves.
So yeah, I'm not sure, but yeah, he did. He's carried it a few times. I don't know if it was past men, but he just laid up KDB, who created a chance. So if nothing else, just completed passes and dribbles, like you say.
Yeah. Leeds going to get the advantage here after Fernandinho foul, or is that click shot from distance going nowhere? Is the City game over yet? No, the Norwich game is over. It was
over about 80 minutes ago.
Man City 7, Leeds 0, 88 minutes played.
Oh no, we're getting the video printer thing, aren't we? 7 brackets 7.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Bilva owner here says Barrio. Ooh, don't worry about it.
Not City fans, sorry, they don't exist. Do you see the Leeds fans still in the crowd, still having a good time?
Yeah, I think a lot have probably left because they're just like, let's try and beat the traffic. There's a lot of empty seats around the Etihad.
I don't know if. Oh, you mean City? I was going to say Leeds. I don't know
the Leeds fans having a good time.
We probably wouldn't be allowed to leave.
No, you'll be penned in, won't you?
Yeah.
Bielsa.
Yes, no, I'm kidding about City. I'm not one of those ones that thinks they have no fans. Like they've grown from a small/medium-sized Premier League club with a good fan base to a worldwide club in less than people's lifetime. Of course, they don't have fans yet because the fans that they will have in 20 years are children.
Yeah. Hello, good evening, guys. FPL Focus is with us. Harry is with us. Oh, save again. Who put him in? Did Foden get a chance created?
It came from the back. I think it was a centre back. Oh. It was a left footer, so maybe Laporte, though it came from the right, so not certain.
I don't think we're going to get a replay.
You know who has scored a goal, but since then I'm not sure I've said his name apart from
Grealish. He's very quiet second half. Quiet second half. He'll miss out the weekend.
Yeah, I think you're right. I don't know if that's just because of the match itself. Like, the way it's played hasn't lent itself to him being the one getting the chances. Or maybe he's been brilliant and we haven't noticed because he's allowed other people to shine. But just superficially, it's 7-0. Yes, he's scored a goal, but he's been entirely uninvolved otherwise.
KDB getting man of the match on BT as expected, and also coincides very nicely with our 3 bonus points. That doesn't always match up, but at the moment we've got KDB on 3, Mahrez on 2, Foden on 1. It's very tight. Let's see what happens. We got how many minutes added time? Do you reckon? No, it's going to be 3. That's low considering we've had so many goals, but yeah.
Well, they had 30 seconds for each sub, and City made one of theirs at half time, and so did we. So that could only be 2 minutes for everyone making their subs, and I don't know if we've made all of ours.
2 minutes on subs, but we've had what? 5 goals?
I don't know how much they had for goals. I don't know if they do actually.
Clearly nothing.
I guess in this scenario as well, the ref might just go, no one needs 5 more minutes of this. Like, what's going to happen?
It's one of them. At 0-0, this game has more than 3 minutes at a time.
Although at 0-0, you don't have the celebration. At 4-3, this game has.
There we go. There we go. Let's keep with the 7-goal thing. Mahrez shoots over.
I mean, you know when we beat City 2-1 the end of last season, and we had like 3 shots or something. Dallas scored like 2 brilliant goals. This is just making up for that, really. Like if you want to average out, games and luck and all that.
Was that the Etihad?
I
think it was.
I want to say yes, but I'm not sure.
Dallas with the second goal was on a counter, wasn't it? From like a set piece. It was. Yeah.
We should have lost like that match 3-0, and if we'd lost this one 3-0, fair enough. What's happened is we've really jammily won 1-2-1, and this one we've been destroyed. So yeah.
We move.
Down the table. We move down the table.
Oh
yeah, you were going to ask who's getting relegated for you?
Yeah, who are the 3 teams that are worse than Leeds? Because if we go on current, what we're seeing at the moment, Newcastle, Burnley, and Watford. I mean, I actually think Norwich
and Norwich.
Yeah, Norwich are in the mix.
So like Norwich, I think have looked better recently, but is that fixtures? Is it variance? Are they actually better?
KDB?
They still need time. Oh, go on then.
Oh, I thought they were going to be in there. I thought they were going to get a 3-on-3 and Foden got tackled.
So yeah, I mean, like Norwich have improved, but like I say, is it variance? We don't know. We need a bit more time to find out. Is it the manager? Quite possibly. But also, they are already in trouble. So they need to do more than just improve to get out of it. So I think that's why I include them in one of the teams that is more likely to go down than us.
Yeah, I think Norwich will go down, and I think Burnley could go down. I think Newcastle might be all right because they've got good attacking players. If they sign a Tarkowski or a Me, they've been linked with the Burnley centre backs. Ironically,
I know you think a lot of yourself, mate, but I'm not sure they're going to sign you.
I'm a centre back too.
Are you?
I mean, I
was
at 18. I was always a 10 I was always a 10 in my kids' teams, like growing up. My Bedford Town under 14s, I was the number 10.
It's full time and we didn't lose 9-0.
There you go. You'll definitely take it. There we have it. We've had goals galore at the Etihad, as we often get. Spread a point. KDB is back. Will that mean loads flurry towards him? Probably will. Will he be benched at the weekend? Very likely.
Predicts. Both of us are worse at this than Luke. Fancy Football Scout Luke on Twitter, who's very, very good at predicting City lineups. The thing he says is it's less random than you think.
Yeah.
Pep picks on merit. Obviously, during his festive period, he will rest players, but he really does pick on merit. So with that in mind, name your City 11 at the weekend.
I'm just looking at the date of the fixture because that is important. Remember, it's a Tuesday.
Okay.
And then it's a Tuesday, Sunday. KDB starts.
I'll go Edison goal. Diaz and Laporte.
Cancelo, Zinchenko.
See if Walker's healthy, because we don't know if he's healthy. I think he was sick. So potentially Cancelo, Zinchenko, but maybe Walker in there. Midfield, Rodri subbed off, so definitely him, and we know he's very important. I think based on this performance, De Bruyne could get the start.
Yeah.
Which then means it's one of Gundo or Bernardo, unless Bernardo goes right. Yeah. I think KDB might get the start. And then the front three, Foden nailed, I would say. Grealish probably drops. Sterling comes in. Mahrez misses. So maybe Bernardo goes right. Foden left, Bernardo up front, Sterling right, and then you can have Gundogan, KDB, and Rodri.
He might try that. We've not seen him play Bernardo Silva in the front one of those positions this season, but yeah, I could see that. I'm going to go my front three of Sterling, Jesus, and Foden. I'm going to go.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I'd go with that. Yeah,
I'm going to go Foden left. I definitely think Grealish misses out. Although Mahrez has played really well tonight, I wouldn't be surprised to see. He's played well. Yeah, that's all will be revealed on Sunday. But yeah, definitely enough time for KDB to get the 2 starts, I reckon. Right, we're going to round up. It's been a long night. Seb's got dad duty to get onto. I need to go cry myself to sleep because I didn't buy Watkins after I said all day I would, and I've seen Toby do it. So there's
Lukaku hat-trick, mate.
Yeah, exactly. Also, I got the Foden points. Who cares?
Gianni, it was such a pleasure. Despite my team getting taken apart, it was such a pleasure to do this with you again. It's been a little while.
It's been
You
way
could
too long.
Probably tell by how much I've talked that I was very excited to do it again with you.
Well, it's a shame it was just the two of us because, well, it was nice.
Oh,
It was nice.
I prefer that way, mate.
Got a lot of one-on-one.
Oh.
But we'll do it again. We'll do it again with others. I know FPL Focus in the chat. We'll get you back very soon, mate. Toby was keen to do it tonight. Ed's always chomping at the bit. So yeah, we look forward to. There'll be no stream this weekend because I've got friends round, including Toby if he tests negative in time.
Oh, nice.
But there'll be a stream very soon. Probably.
Ted will be doing a deadline stream Saturday morning.
Oh, nice.
We have the Scoutcast on, I want to say Thursday at about 5 or so.
Thursday this week?
Yes, indeed.
Before the games?
5 p.m, I believe.
Nice. Chelsea play Thursday night. Liverpool play Thursday night. Good stuff. Well, we'll see you soon, guys. Like, subscribe, all that